kids that are in in the kidnappers' place. The government needs to do better when it comes to that. I was gonna put a text there just to commemorate them. It's been 37 days since these kids have been, without their families. Hopefully, I can figure it out while the live is going on and make it show there. But I should have done it before I came live anyway. Make I know interrupt the live. Hey, we're gonna have a good show today. We're gonna have a good show today. Let's like and share if you're here. If you're on Facebook, please feel free to like. If you're on YouTube, feel free to like. If you're on TikTok, feel free to like. If you're on Twitch, we're still trying to build a community on Twitch, so we still have 0 followers, 0 views as of this time. But if you're listening from the background, feel free to join in and like or subscribe, follow. I guess follow is the word on Twitch, right? So feel free to do all of that if you're on Twitch and watching us on Twitch. Appreciate it. All right, we're gonna have a good show today. We just want to have the conversation of why do you support Tinubu? That's the conversation for today. That's going to be the debate today. Let's hear it. Let's hear your thoughts and on why you support Tinubu. Let's hear it. I'm here to debate. I'm here to agree, disagree, all that good stuff. No banter. Just agree or disagree. I'm not there to fight with anybody or argue with anybody. So let's like and share. It's going to be a good show. Let's like and share. It's going to be a good show for sure. All right. Let's see. I don't know why this one is not showing yet. Why is it saying live? But I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing this one. It's saying live, but it's not showing. All right, there we go. Sorry. There we go. It's showing up. It's just being slow to show on this side. Anyway, let's see what we have here. Let's keep liking, by the way. I know as with the drum now, we need to hit 5K likes before we even talk about bringing any guests on. But we're not even bringing any guests on as of now because I need to still give my monologue first, and then we go from there. As with the runner. No, as with the runner. I think everything is looking good. Yeah. All right. Facebook is good. Facebook is looking good. Let's separate the screens. All right. Let's see what we have here. Split this screen here. Put this one over here. Let's see. Okay, I think this should be good. Let's put it over here. Yeah, I think that should be good. All right, that's good. All right, I think I have all my metrics on here. All right, everything looks good. I can monitor all my screens here. So there we go. We're gonna have a good show today. All right. Make una permit me. I beg. I just do one or two things, making sure the show is very interactive. I'm trying to put all my screens. We are going to see everything. Twitch is over here. YouTube is over here. Facebook is over here. TikTok is over here. So I was just trying to set up everything so that it could be very easy for me to navigate, during the course of the stream, right? So I appreciate you guys for being here, man. Shout out to you guys, man. I appreciate you guys for being here. We have Twitch live, we have YouTube live, we have Facebook live, and we have TikTok live. I was gonna go live on Twitter, X, right? It turns out you have to pay like the monthly subscription to be able to go live like on your desktop. No, we're not going to shout them out. We can't be doing that. Going live should be free, man. You shouldn't pay money to go live. But anyway, we have 4 setups here, which is perfect. If we're going to add any other one, it's going to be Kick. But right now, stick with the 4 first before we try to start thinking about adding any other streams. Well, hey, man, I appreciate you guys. Taiwo Akomolafe on Facebook. Thank you, Mr. Taiwo on Facebook. I appreciate you. Let's like over there if you're on Facebook. Let's like and share and get more people to join the show. It's going to be a good show today. I hope so everybody don't drink water. It's getting rainy in Nigeria. Every other place in the world is kind of sunny right now, right? And warm, right? But for Nigeria, it's raining and everywhere is damp and soggy, all that stuff. I can't even say good stuff because it's not good, right? Nobody likes it when it rains, when it's raining all the time, constant raining, We need dry, summers. Everybody they enjoy summer. Make we they enjoy summer too for Nigeria, But Nigeria, the summertime will become rainy season. What matter of country? Oh man, shout out to Nigeria, man. That's the motherland. We're in the rainforest. Rainforest that they call them. Now rainforest we did. So we need to get that rain. We have the best land in the world. We can plant whatever we want to plant. We can grow whatever we want to grow. We have shout out to Africa, man. Shout out to Nigeria, man. Hey, we're gonna have a good show today. Let's keep liking and sharing and get more people here to join the show. If you're here, feel free to like. If you share as well, so we can get more people here to join the show. Anyway, it's gonna be a good show today. Listen, the topic for today, why do you support Tinubu? I've had a few shows, and hey, I know some of my IPOB people, now they miss me. I know some that they miss me, right? I miss you guys too, but listen, lately I don't fall in love with the Tinubu supporters, Now, I'm joking, right? But I love them. I love, we're all Nigerians, right? We just have a different view, or we have different lenses on how we want the country to move forward, right? My own view is different. Their own view is different. But the reason why I now kind of like or prefer talking to Tinubu supporter is this, right? It's an objective argument for the most part. The people who they speak with, at least, the people who they speak with or speak to, it's more objective than the IPOB people. The IPOB people know in objectivity, their arguments, and it frustrates me. It frustrates me a lot, So I'm kind of turning towards this side for the time being. It doesn't mean I'm not going to go back to talking to because I love my IPOB people too, and I know so that they miss me. Shout out to my IPOB people, right? Shout out to my IPOB people, man. But hey, we're gonna have a show for you guys soon, where we can talk about. I know there's a whole lot of things going on in your camp right now. Nnamdi Kanu don't dissolve DOS. You guys will now don't dissolve him as the leader. There's just a whole lot of interesting things going on in the IPOB niche, in the IPOB universe, the online country. Shout out to my IPOB people, man. But lately, I just want to talk. I just want to have conversations that are more data-driven, conversations that are more objective. It's a good challenge. It's a good challenge for you to go back and research and come back and have better arguments. It's a good challenge overall. So that's what I'm doing right now. It doesn't mean I'm not going to go back to my IPOB people, but I will come back to now. But not yet. But hey, let's talk about it. Why do you support Tinubu? I mean, there's a whole lot of reasons why I can sit here and say I don't support him. But we want to hear why you support him or why you still support him, regardless of everything that I'll push on you, like I would say about him, right? For instance, security, and even a lot of Tinubu supporters as well, they would agree with me. Security is not a good selling point for Tinubu at this time because it's not, and again, I was trying to put something up here about the kids. It's been 37 days. It's been over a month, man. The 39 kids have been without their families. 9 adults have been without their families for 37 days. This one is not even about a good look. It just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. And we're still here talking about elections, right? There were elections held, I believe, yesterday in Ekiti State. It shouldn't be. Things supposed don't shut down. Like, people supposed don't lose their jobs. I keep saying this. And the other day I was having a conversation with somebody and he was like, it's not about coming on the internet to cry, there is God, will that do anything? Okay. Let's say that will not do anything. Not doing anything. Does it also do anything? We're not hearing any reports. We're not hearing any, this person has lost their jobs. This person has lost their job, right? This person has been fired. This person, has nothing. We are not hearing anything. Shout out to the hunters, the hunters in, I believe, or your state. They at least they took out their time and went into the bush or the forest to go look for these kids, right? Shout out to those guys. Now, bravery be that. Something where, even the government doesn't seem to be doing. We should be seeing these things. We should be seeing these things in real, maybe not in real time, but we should be seeing pictures and videos. There should not be room for, and this is where I always push back on Peter Obi as well, even though I support him overall. But this is where I also push back and say, there is no room to be, what's it called now? Like to be saying, if you want peace, we will give you peace. If you want war, there's no room for that. There should be no room for that. The statement should be one unilaterally. Like every Nigerian leader should be saying one thing, one and only one thing, no other thing. If you say in a T group you want join, you go heaven or hell, wherever it is you want go. You go there, go do that thing. But there's no room. There's no chance for negotiation. You're not our brother. There's nothing like, oh, our brothers. Even and they say this a lot, especially. My people, IPOB people, right? I'm not IPOB, but, my Igbo brothers, right? Recently, Dave Umahi was making a speech, good speech he made about, the IPOB and P2B, condemning P2Bs, always, running around the IPOB topic and stuff. I give him credit for that. But then he went ahead and said, oh, we're looking for political solution to free our brother. Nnamdi Kanu is not our brother. Your brother doesn't plot to kill you, And even in that statement, Dave Umahi also said something like, he also admitted the lives that were lost. How do you admit that lives were lost and still call the perpetrator your brother? That person is not your brother. Come on now. Come on. If your brother, if person, even if not your blood brother self, in they buy you, how do you still call that person your brother? Like, no. This guy, no, they related to me or most of Igbo people. He's just related to his family. He's not my brother. You see what I'm saying? This guy is a T. I don't want to use that word. I don't know. TikTok, they're very sensitive when it comes to using words, right? But you get the point. I mean, Nigerian leaders should be unilaterally saying one thing when it comes to the T group. There is no room. There is no room for negotiation. If that's what you want to do, no problem. Go ahead and do it, but there is no room for negotiation. We're going to come for you. Shout out to Obasanjo, even though you can say what he did at the time, was kind of extrajudicial, right? But, and those guys were not even T groups. They were just kind of finding resource control per se. But it can also be seen like as a non-state actor. You go there and it's what it is. It could be done in a better way, even though Obasanjo kind of took it extreme, he buy everybody when you see on site, right? But if you give that if that's the message you're passing across generally, people go to reconsider them to make those kind of choices. You see what I'm saying? But then we left Obasanjo. I remember it was during Obasanjo now for Port Harcourt then. If they pass some certain areas like Artillery area, like Choba area, you carry your hands up. Like they're not even playing with you. The military was on ground. Making sure, peace. There has to be stability in the land. That's what it's supposed to be. I mean, I'm not calling for the militarization of Nigeria. That's not what I'm calling for. But you need to pass that signal. That signal has to be passed so that the next person who won't think I'm well and not want to cross the line. Because when you start making all these, we are going to rehabilitate. How do you rehabilitate a T person? How? Explain it to me. How do you rehabilitate a T person? It's very interesting. It's very interesting. But anyway, we're going to have a good show today. Let's keep liking and sharing here and get more people to join the show. Let's see. It's very interesting. But hey, that's just one aspect of Tinubu's his policies or metrics to judge him, right? Security is one aspect. Just give me a second here. I'm trying to set something up here. Excuse me. Well, yeah, let's keep liking and sharing and get more people here to join the show. It's going to be a good show today for sure. Let's see. There we go. All right. Make I drink some water. I don't talk too much. We're not going to get emotional today. We're just going to say it how it is, and Tinubu supporters, we want you guys here. Come and debate me. When I start a post for Facebook, TikTok, when I go catch on a voice. But now, they live. When I know go see, when I know if you find on a voice, come right now and debate me. Let's talk about it. I was having a conversation today with a follower. I don't even know if he's a follower, but someone who was commenting on my post. And he was telling me, why don't you just agree? And then I asked him a simple question. Then he choked. He himself began to agree with me. You see what I'm saying? So these are objective, and this is the reason again why I like shout out to Tinubu supporters. This is the reason why I like to have conversation. For the most part, I've started liking that conversation with them, right? Because for the most part, the conversations are objective. There is no emotion, no damn. It's mostly about objectivity and data and all that good stuff. That's why I'm here. That's why I love to have that conversation with you guys. So shout out to you guys, man. Shout out to you guys. For that, I'll give you credit. For that one, I'll give him a credit. And it pushes me to learn more, to understand the economy even more. Shout out to people like Mr. Oye, shout out to people like Mr. K, shout out to people like Mr. I think A-Town Lag, All Opinion Matters. At least these are the people that give me good debate, and I think for the most part today, if they come on here today, I don't even know if I would want to have that conversation with them again, because it's now going to sound like a repeat of everything we've said, so it's not going to make for a good conversation. But I would like to hear from new people who have not been on the show, would like to hear from you guys. Make we hear what you want to think, or why you want to support Tinubu. Let's talk about it. Let's debate. Hope, and for the most part, right, the people who just support him because he's your brother, that one is okay too. It's okay. It's your right to support him because he's your brother. It's your right. But I don't know how. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. So please don't come up. It's not you. You're not our target. We are targeting people that want to talk about the policies, the data, all that good stuff, the economy, the metrics of governance. Those are the people we want to talk about, talk with today. But if you just support him because he's your brother, that one day, you understand me? That one day. But please don't come up because we don't have anything to say to you. I don't have anything to say to you. Make her drink some water, by the way. And I hope you're drinking your own water too. Just stay hydrated. Stay hydrated. Stay hydrated. Hydration, they're very important. But hey, right, I was talking about the security in the land, right? Security is one big aspect, and everybody would agree that security is, if not the most important, when it comes to a leader, somebody leading the country, security should be your priority. Because if secure the people where you lead, you might not have anybody to lead, right? And we're seeing how security is going right now in Nigeria. It's not going in the right direction. I mean, everybody can agree with me on that. And we're not seeing leadership step in to stand firm, make firm like statements about the security in the land, right? We're not seeing that. So that's kind of disturbing. That's kind of disturbing. Also, we can also talk about the economy. The economy is not looking very good. And again, it's directly tied to the policies that Tinubu has set up, right? Tinubu has brought, changes, reforms. And these reforms, when you look at them, like on paper or in reality, they look good. They are, like the subsidy removal on petroleum products, right? Definitely a good reform or policy. However, my biggest pushback is, I've always said this, is the implementation. The implementation wasn't the best. Yeah, I don't know. You have to, whether you agree with me or not, I just think the implementation wasn't the best, because if the implementation, and I have reasons to say that, if the implementation was really good, then we wouldn't see like inflation reaching all-time high after he implemented it, right? That's not me. That's data from, even external bodies, even the Nigerian government too will agree with me that inflation hit an all-time high, after those policies were put in place. Also, the dollar, the subsidy or floating or deregulation, or I don't know which other word when I want to use, any other word or term you want to, I don't even know what the actual name of that policy is, but, the unification of the dollar, or in Nigeria, that also kind of made the inflation go up in Nigeria. Hit an all-time high. Hit an all-time high. These things are data. No be me make them. No me make the data. It's just what it is. We can also feel it in the cost of goods and services in Nigeria. Everything don't go up for Nigeria. Someone was on my show the other day, and he said, Kachi, Nigerians are sending more money back to Nigeria. Say if you're abroad, you're sending more money back to Nigeria, because if bread was 2,000 naira, now you're sending 4,000 naira, back to the person in Nigeria. So it doesn't help anybody. I don't know who he helps. Maybe he helps Tinubu. Maybe he helps Tinubu supporters. Maybe not them be the 1% of the 1%. That's why these things don't matter to them. That's why when you put these things to their faces, they kind of have a different opinion and different arguments, right? Maybe it helps them. I don't know. But I want to have that debate with you guys. So let's keep liking and sharing and get more people here to join the show. Make we read some chats, by the way, while we're here. There's nothing going on Twitch right now. Let's see. I believe, yeah, nothing going on Twitch right now. Let's see on Facebook. All right, Facebook, we have Prince Victor Bobadoye Adedara. He says, thank you for mentioning OD. It was a good example, but the case of bandits is different. A lot of people are still protecting them. They live with people and it becomes difficult for our military to strike. Man, I hear you, man. I hear you on that. But I always make this statement, right? Nigeria is not unique in no sense. Like, Nigeria is not the only country where bandits or T groups are living amongst people. Nigeria is not unique in that regard. You know, if the military needs to learn something from another country where this kind of thing has happened, go there and learn it. Why should that be a problem? Go there and learn it and know how you can infiltrate and get these people out, fish them out. Then they do them. Then they do them. If you're not experienced, because this is the first time it's happening. This is the first time it's happening in Nigeria, where T group people are living amongst people. There is somewhere else in the world where it has happened before. Go there and learn. Go there and do training. Then they do training, joint military training. Then they do them. They see them every time. India and, I don't know, I don't want to call it country now, but India, they do joint military training with other countries around their area. And I don't know, I know for sure, but I cannot think of the country. I don't want to call Pakistan or China because I don't know that then they beef each other and I'll go call wrong names, right? But you get the point. India, they do joint military training with, countries around their area. Then they do them. Now, this is the reason. Send our people, make them go there, go somewhere where they've had these kind of issues and train. This thing is not be rocket science, my brother. This thing is not too hard like that to come up with. I don't know why people that are paying millions and millions of naira every month cannot think about it. Me, we get problem. Yeah, what fool my head? What I think about every day. I can still be able to sit down here and be coming up with these ideas at will. How is it that people that are paying millions to actually think about these solutions cannot think about it? Come on now. Let's stop making excuses. But my brother Prince Victor, thank you so much for sharing that thought. We have Usman S. Titilayo Apeke. He says, I supported Tinubu because of his bold steps towards our economy. Though those steps are so painful, but light at the end of the tunnel. Kachino State is owing salary. He's like, come on now. Here we go again with this salary. Come on now, my brother Usman. Here we go again with these salaries, man. Man, cut me a break. Give me a break with these salaries, man. Give me a break with these salaries. I cannot respect any government that will be telling me that they are paying salaries. I don't know, but I cannot respect that. I can't respect that, my brother. If you cannot find a way to generate revenue to pay your staff, then why are you there? If you're a CEO of a company and you cannot find money to pay your staff, why are you there? I should now be celebrating you for paying your staff? Come on now, my brother. Give me a break. Please, let's come up with another one. Leave salary on, my brother. But Mr. Usman, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Thank you for... Give me a break, my brother, man, on this salary stuff, man. If you don't follow me for a while, all this money, I don't like to hear that stuff, man. But thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Let's see. Wasiu Babatunde, he says, good job. Keep it up. Thank you so much, Wasiu. Thank you so much. Prince Victor Babadoye Adedara. Thank you, my brother. Thank you so much. All right. Akimega Adedoyin. Thank you. I appreciate you. Who else is here? On Facebook? All right, let's see. Let's go to TikTok. My TikTok people. My number one people. My number one people. All right, let's see. Onyinye says, why should the government owe their workers' wages? It blows my mind, man, when people use that as a selling point to say Tinubu's government is paying salaries. I don't understand. Why are you owing them in the first place, right? Why are you owing them in the first place? That's what we should be asking. Not they are paying salary. Why are you owing them? Anyway, yeah, I'm on your side on that one. Absolutely. XYZ says project all over region is best answer to your question. I agree. There are projects going on all over the world. Not world, but you get the point. All over Nigeria right now. There are projects going on all over Nigeria right now. But my brother, the cost of those projects not be my problem. I'm not even gonna lie to you, because we are borrowing monies to fund these projects. But instead of them to be somewhat what the word now? Not frugal, but what's that word now? Like oh man, not efficient either. But just they borrow the money. They use your head. We not send a workshop. You go chop inside. But the coastal road, for instance, they are using $15 million per kilometer. That's outrageous. Nobody say make you find your own cut inside. But 15 million per kilometer of road, and that road, come on now, that road is just, that road is just, Oh yeah, they use concrete, but that road is just, average at best. That road is average at best. Compare that road to roads where I don't know if you are abroad, compare that road to roads where you deploy when you're there abroad. If you're there abroad. You see what I'm saying? Does it give you the scenic, that they call scenic view? It's supposed to be a coastal road, right? Do you have that scenic view when you they drive along the road? You they see scenery, you they see palm trees along the road, you they see the coastline, beautiful coastline, you they see vegetation. Does that road give you that vibe? For 15 million per kilometer of road. Come on now. I agree with you. There are projects going on all over the world, but I keep saying world, man. But there are projects going on all over the country. But that's all I can say. Anyway, Franco Nero UK says the price of things went up because subsidy was removed. It's the actual cost of Naira we are in. Totally agree. Absolutely. That's the reason why the price of things went up. And I agree. And I also agree with the subsidy removal. I do agree with that because it was a waste. And it's not a waste completely. Don't get me wrong. There was a lot of malpractice. There was a lot of corruption in that sector at the time. If say there was a complete audit, at least let's even start with an audit. Say, how many liters of petrol are Nigerians actually using every day? Let's audit it and see if we are actually subsidizing what we actually need. So there was a lot of corruption in that. They would have started with the basics of an audit before you remove it completely. That would be the best step. Start with an audit, see how many, do a study and see how many liters of oil, petroleum products are Nigerians using every day? Is it 2 liters and we are paying subsidy for 100 liters? Let us start with that and see if we should even remove the subsidy at all. Because if in reality we are only using 2 liters and we are paying subsidy on 100 liters, you see the disconnect there, right? So that might be the reason why you need to cut down on it. Now the actual 2 liters where we they use, you can still keep subsidizing it for people. Nigerians don't get money like that to say we don't need subsidies. We need subsidies. Tell me which country when they give subsidies. Even in Nigeria till this day, there are still subsidies in some areas. In healthcare, there's subsidy. In education, there's subsidy. In electricity, there's subsidy. So there's no country that does without subsidy. You see what I'm saying? So subsidy is not totally bad. It's not a bad thing. It's just the corruption that was in the subsidy that was the problem. So Tinubu, being a financial guru, he's a guru in finance. He did not even think about an audit, a total audit. Let's start with an audit and see what is going on. What is going on? Are we really paying for this? You see what I'm saying? So these are the things, my brother. These are the things, my brother. I'm not even going to lie to you. Before we even start talking about this and that and this and that, right? These are the issues. Anyway, Frank Nero, thank you for being here, by the way. So when I talk to him, my mouth will begin to dry. So make I drink small water. Anyway, let's keep going. XYZ says, what are our local government chairmen and governors doing with security vote they receive every month? I don't know, man. That's a good question. I don't know what they're doing with it. Do you know? If you know, come and tell us. Let us talk about it as well. All right. Max Plino says, Bat's best in borrowing and looting. Okay. Let's see other chats here. And I see some people requesting. We're not going to bring on up just yet. Let's hit 5K likes. Let's keep liking and hit 5K likes, and then we'll start bringing our guests up. But at the moment, let's just keep liking, and we'll bring on her up so very soon. And I appreciate you guys for requesting, by the way. But we'll go bring on her up just not very soon, but not just yet. Excuse me. Let's see. Prince says the truck drivers and NNPC staff are diverting the petrol to another country. Okay. This is the problem I have with Nigerians, right? We don't think extensively. We need to think extensively, right? And it's a good thing you pointed out these truck drivers, right? Every problem with Nigeria they face, just like I was talking about the banditry, when someone on Facebook said the bandits are living within the people, so it's hard to go get them. No, it's not hard. Go somewhere that they've done it before and learn how to do it and come back to Nigeria and implement it. I can give you a simple solution for these truck drivers and NNPC staff that are diverting the petrol. A simple solution here. Listen. There is something called GPS, and there's another thing called regulation. I don't know who regulates the truck drivers in Nigeria, but it should be the federal government. The federal government should be regulating the truck as in commercial driving, period. Anything commercial, not commercial driving per se, but truck, heavy equipment, commercial driving. Like, you get the point. Not like transit, not transit stuff, like things where they carry passenger. I'm talking about things where they carry goods, trucks where they carry cars, vehicles where they carry goods. The federal government should be regulating it. And now, part of that regulation, that's why I say GPS. You can mandate the truck owners, the owner of the company. That truck driver is driving for a company. You mandate every trucking company to own a GPS. The government is not buying this. For you to join this trucking business in Nigeria, you must own a GPS. That GPS will be installed in your vehicle. This is just a very rudimentary way, me sitting down in my Beer Parlor podcast and saying it, right? You can expand on it as a policy, right? Install a GPS on every vehicle, on every truck or vehicle, commercial vehicle that transports goods, right? You've canceled that problem of say, oh, they carry and they go Cotonou, then they carry and they go Ghana. Any Nigerian company that you see the GPS leaving Nigeria, Oga, where are you going to? You commot that person license. That person is out of business. Easy as ABC. Easy. If Kachi in a Beer Parlor podcast can be thinking about this, nobody is paying me to think about these things, right? I'm thinking about these things. And these are not my ideas, by the way. I'm not trying to take credit for anything. I've studied how these things work in other places. That's why I can say them, right? If Kachi can sit down here and say these things, how is it that people that are being paid to think about these things still have their jobs? How is it? How is it? How is it, my brother and sister? How is it? And we want to make it seem like Nigeria is an extraordinary place or a unique place where some things know they work. No! Our mindset needs to change. Our mindset needs to change. For instance, your kidnappings now. Nobody has lost their job. And we still here, they make excuses. We're still sitting here making excuses. Nobody has lost their job. These people are using phones to call. Okay, now, don't you know that you can use a phone call is tracked? Don't you know that there's something called a triangle? I forget what it's, but it's like a triangle. Anywhere, if you make a call, there is a mast close by that is pinging that you're using to make that call. So how is it that you cannot use that phone number and go and search on the MTN or Glo or whatever this thing and find that number? How is it? Now, am I making this up? Don't you know about this one? But we keep making excuses. We keep making excuses. We keep making excuses. You know, it's what it is, man. Hey, Hey, it's what it is, but it's what it is. I go sit down for my beer parlor, they talk now. I go sit down for my beer parlor. Some people go, they cost me. Hey, beer parlor talk, beer parlor talk. Call it what you want to talk, but call it what you want to call it. But the thing, thank you, Scully Morburn. He says triangulate. That's the word. You know, the triangulate is the word. You go they triangulate them. They try. Am I making this up? Is Scully More Bam making it up? Shout out to you. Is Scully More Bam making it up? Am I making this up? Don't you know? Don't you know about these things? But nobody has, for some reason, they've not been able to find these people. Tinubu, there was an attempt at his office. The coup. There was an attempted coup on Tinubu's office. Tinubu sack everybody. Tinubu sack everybody. He sack everybody, change everybody. But these kids, that 7 days, nobody has lost their job. And we keep making excuses. It's what it is, man. Let's make with the play now. Make with the play, Abi. Make with the play. It's what it is. Anyway, it's what it is. Let's read some chats here, and we are 4.4K likes. We're gonna bring a guest up very soon. Let's keep liking. Thank you guys for liking. I appreciate you guys. Let's keep liking and sharing, by the way, and get more people here to join the show. If you've not followed me yet, this is a good time to follow me. Click the follow button. I believe it's somewhere up there. So just click the follow button up there, and so that you always get notified when we come on the show, and you can chime in, or you can just be in the chat and leave your comments and all that good stuff, right? Anyway, Ugo de Silva, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. All right, let's see. XYZ says, with the level of work being done across, you sure will know it didn't start 7 months ago. XYZ, you have a lot to say. Come on here, let's talk about it. Let's debate. Let us debate, my brother. Let us debate. Shout out to you, Ugo de Silva. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Prince says, bro, I love as Tinubu is trying to use France system and Macron is really helping him. When you say France system, the France system you're referring to, is it for the tax? Because I believe that the tax way they may use the it wasn't necessarily a system. It was a system per se, right? And they were giving them some kind of support. I don't know, but I don't know what you mean by that, but yeah. Anyway, Prince says, in other countries, individuals don't buy truck for petrol. Who tell you? Which other country are you talking about? Who they buy the truck for petrol in the other country? What do you mean? In the government, they buy truck for petrol? No, now individuals own trucking companies that transport the petroleum products. Now individuals, they own trucking companies that transport petroleum products. As a matter of fact, every good. Now individuals, they own them. The companies where they transport goods. And then the federal government regulates them. That's how it's done. Anyway, I don't know, but unless you have a specific country you want to tell me about, then I can do a quick research here and see it. But I doubt that that's the case. Anyway, Emmy says, my problem is that all projects suddenly become ongoing because of election and be abandoned later. Yeah, that's a good point, right? That's a good point. Anyway, yeah. All right, XYZ says it's noisy here. I respect that. All right. Akoko says Tinubu is the best president so far from the list of presidents from 1999 till date. All right. Feel free to request then. Feel free to request. The request button, I don't know if it's showing up right now, but you would see the request button right next to the chat, the thing where you go type. You see two heads. The place where you go see gift and all that stuff. You go see two heads. Click on the two heads and you'll be able to request, and then we can talk to you. We just hit 5K likes. We just hit 5K likes. All right. The people that were requesting, I guess they had to go, but I don't see anybody requesting at this time. But feel free to request now, and then we'll be able to have the conversation. Feel free to request, and we'll be able to have the conversation. All right. In the meantime, we continue to read chats. I don't see any chats from YouTube. Let me see Facebook. All right. Rich Minds says, you guys are unbelievable. You're talking about scenic views of a coastal road. Do you expect the contract to include natural features? What else do you guys want, if I may ask? This social media access is being seriously bastardized by you so-called social media guys. It's unbelievable what's coming out of your mouth, honestly. Okay, good point you made, but you didn't have to start going low. And I know go follow you go low because I did live. But you said outside live for my chat, I for go low with you. But let's talk about at least the objective side where you come from. You know, you're talking about the scenic view, right? And the point when I said the scenic view, did you hear me talk about palm trees? Palm trees, then they plant them now, Abi. Then they plant palm trees now, make the the views look good too. You know, then they put some kind of the government if it do small maybe I said vegetation as well. They could build some parks along some areas, right? You know, the government could do that too, right? Give the people something to see, right? You know, that government if you do that one and give the people something to see, that one no follow. You know, if you're spending $15 million, you might per kilometer, you might as well do all these things now. Am I out of place for saying that? Or do you see where I'm coming from, or you still don't see it, or you just want to curse? If you want to curse, that's okay. But I'm not going to go there with you because I did live. And I know even Sabi course, that's even another thing. My course, they did like a primary school children course. So I'm not even going to do that because you go win me for that side. That's why I like to stick to objective stuff, because that side, you know, if you win me. And that's why, for the most part, if you don't have objective things to say, that's when you start going low. I don't get time for going low, right? Let's talk about data. Let's talk about things with the objective. If I'm wrong, I would admit. But I doubt that you would admit if I'm right. Anyway, let's keep going. Let's keep going and read some chats here. Debo from Facebook. Debo Olaroba Joel says, drive from Ottawa to Toronto. No wow factor on the road. At night, no service station open. I love the road the government is building. I'm not saying that I don't love it. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. I'm not saying that I don't love the road. I love that we're getting a new road being built, because for the most part, we've only had that Biniore road, right? I'm not sure say another road they will connect south and east, or south, east, southwest and southeast. I don't believe that there's another road apart from Biniore road. I could be wrong, but that's the major one that I know, right? That I know of, right? Now, building a new road is good. I'm just saying, and roads are good because they're tied directly to money. I'm not arguing with you about that. The point I'm making is the money, $15 million per kilometer. It's outrageous. I don't know that you agree with me on that. That Ottawa to Toronto road now that you're talking about, is it a coastal road? Let us talk about it and break down the figures. How much they take build them, even though it's in Toronto and even though it's in Canada. Let's talk about the cost. How much they take build them? Obviously, you expect the cost to be more because it's Toronto. Cost of the wages, they're different, so it will be more expensive there. But let's even see if it's $15 million per kilometer. Let's even see it. In Africa, nowhere have they built any road in Africa for $15 million. Nowhere. Nigeria is the first. And you say I should not talk about it, make I not talk about them because it's going to hurt your feelings. Come on now, my boy. Come on now. Anyway, let's see. We have a guest here. We have Day the Chris. Make we hear Day the Chris. Let's bring Day the Chris up and have the conversation. And I know where you stand, so obviously this is going to be a good conversation. Thank you, Day the Chris, for joining.
I greet you, dear pal.
Mm-hmm.
Evening, sir.
We can name you, Daddy.
An interesting topic, if I will say.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Let me start by saying why I am supporting Tinubu.
Okay.
Most of the things I have been crying for, most of the things I've been praying for as a Nigerian, he is dealing with those things. What are those things, you may ask?
Yeah.
The burden on Abuja is too much, given the size of Nigeria. How do I mean? Originally, we are supposed to operate 3 tiers of government. As a teenager or as a young person, I saw local government areas function in Nigeria. My local government area had a caterpillar of its own. you can rent. Think those days, my brother rented Caterpillar to clear a place he wanted to build for 60 naira. You can know when that was. 60 naira per hour. Those days. Today, that my local government area was more beautiful in 1980 than in 2026. So what happened? There was a sudden disappearance of local government areas, like they existed only on papers. Again, these state governments and state governors became so lazy that they don't think outside the box. Most of them sign into government houses just to go to Abuja, collect the monthly whatever, do whatever they want to do, take the one they want to do, take. So now I have been shouting, I've been saying it, though I don't have that voice, but that was my dream, that a day will come, we will have back the local government autonomy. And Tinubu is a fan of the same thing. As a Lagos state governor, when other governors were shying away from local government autonomy, Tinubu was creating more. Do you understand? And if you look at Lagos today, everybody will be quick to tell you Lagos was former capital. But look at the level of development. What does local government autonomy do? It takes development to every hook and cranny.
Yeah.
If you look at the rate with which Lagos developed, you will agree with me that local government autonomy is another way to further develop your state.
Absolutely, totally agree.
Now, so with what he did in Lagos, he has gone to federal to start fighting for every other state to emulate Lagos, to repeat the same thing that gave Lagos this result. Tinubu is also a fan of local government autonomy. Again, we have been shouting insecurity, insecurity. Every government, every governor, every president makes effort. But it takes a fool to be doing the same thing repeatedly and expect a different result. What is Tinubu suggesting now and what is he working on? He is saying, people, Nigerians, including you and I, have been saying, why can't we have state policing? Tinubu is a fan of that state policing. But he can't just come and impose it like a military president. He has to work with the consent of the House, consent of the governors. And he is doing that. Even in America, when you present an unpopular idea, what do? You go into lobbying. It takes time.
And it's a good thing you mentioned. It's a good thing you mentioned security, which is good, and also the local government autonomy, which is also good. I agree with you 100% in that regard. And also security, the policy he's trying to lobby for, to get, same way he's trying to lobby for the local government authority, right? Local government autonomy, right? It's also a good thing. However, before he gets the security, like the state policing and stuff, before he gets there, what with the challenges that we are facing now, how can he solve it? Or what is he doing to solve it before we even get the state police? Because we don't know if he's going to get it, right? We don't know if he's going to get it. But currently, as we speak, there are kids, 39 of them, that are in the hands of abductors. They've been there for 37 days. We're not hearing anything. And across the country at large, what is he doing now?
Okay. Now, if you look at what he is doing, he is buying weapons. He is, when America came, America, like, do you want help? He said, everybody you are allowed. It's not like he is closing the door for anybody who wants to help. Today, as we speak, every state is allowed to implement that forest guard policy. If you look at Enugu today, they have implemented theirs. And Enugu is operating the forest guard with weapons. Do you understand? And you are seeing results. Do you understand what I'm saying? What is he doing? He is doing what previous administrations did not do. Now, like I always say, it is not just about buying weapons and going inside the forest. As long as this level of hunger and unemployment is in place, you cannot fight insecurity successfully in Nigeria. As you are bringing in more soldiers, more weapons and all that, you must find a way to create job. Because when people are gainfully employed, you are also fighting insecurity. In that aspect, we are talking about constructions. Like me personally,
before you go into the construction, and I hear you about the security, the forest guards that are being, like Enugu State governor is taking. He's definitely, shout out to him in that regard. Not everywhere, but in that regard of forest guards, he took the idea and he ran away with it, which is very good. So shout out to him on that. However, I'm going to say again, the kids that are with the kidnappers right now, we're not hearing anything from them, right? And then you also, like from the government in that regard, to like get them out of where they are, right? Because they deserve to be with their families. And then you also mentioned there is hunger in place. As far as there's hunger in place, it's very difficult to solve the security challenges in Nigeria. Now, if we want to talk about that a little bit, right? The hunger in place, it went higher because of the policies that Tinubu's government has also put in place, aka the subsidy removal, the in petroleum products, and subsidy removal in the dollar as well. That thing took inflation to the highest it has ever been in Nigeria, at least for 10 years. I have not seen inflation get to 34%. Yes, it's coming down now, but that's part of what caused the hunger, the excess hunger we're doing right now. So that's also Tinubu's fault. You see what I'm saying?
Yes. Now, let me respond to that quickly.
Yeah.
We have, before this election, we had 3 front runners in Tinubu, Obi, and Atiku, right? They were they had opportunity to address these issues. Every past administration keep mentioning subsidy. Everybody saw this subsidy as a burden. Now, they were asked, what are you going to do about subsidy? Uncle Tinubu said, I am going to take these hard decisions. It's going to bite hard. No matter how we look at it, it is going. They asked Brother Obi, he said subsidy will not stay a day longer. They asked Atiku. Atiku said subsidy is already gone. So now, if we are coming back to do the damage control, none of them, only Showore said he's going to maintain subsidy. So these other people now who are doing damage control are not different from Tinubu. They believe in what Tinubu believed in. Now, Tinubu was not removing subsidy because it's going to favor Nigerians. He is removing it because we were hitting the wall. We are not able. Listen, if you go back to days, when PDP took over power in Nigeria in 1999, we had many companies. Today, those companies have been sold. Workers released without payment. What does that mean, brother? It means we were selling company to sustain subsidy. Today, there is no company to be sold. There is nothing to be sold to get whatever money we need to sustain these things. So I want to give you examples. Before PDP came into power, there was Nigeria Airways. You can imagine the number of workers Nigeria Airways employed. We had Nigerian Postal Services. You can imagine 774 local government areas in Nigeria. How many workers Nigerian Postal Services will take? Before PDP came, we had Nigeria Railway Corporation. We had Nitel. These are big companies that could employ people across the country. But these companies went down. Okay, look at NEPA. NEPA was sold. Today, how many companies do we have? UAC Food, NAFCON, uncountable companies were sold. What does that mean? It means we were selling. Make I just bring it down to our levels now.
Okay.
It be like me and you did the same parents, our papa buy. Can't leave companies for us.
Yeah.
You take over these companies. every month you sell one company, but you make sure you bring one cow, 10 bags of rice, 30 cartons of beer to the house. We were enjoying. But nobody was thinking beyond that enjoyment. How do we sustain this beyond this? By the time you finish selling all the companies, how do we continue eating cows every day? Do you understand? You are a good brother because you're bringing home cows, rice, everything. We were living the life that we were not sustaining.
Let me come in. Sorry, if you want to finish on that word you were saying, then I'll come in shortly.
Now, so what I'm saying today is, whether Tinubu came in, Obi came in, or Atiku, the possibilities are that three of them, one will emerge. And among the three of them, they were saying, this is, Obi in his words said, it will not stay a day longer.
Now let me now come in here. Okay, go ahead.
Before you say,
finish.
Remind you what you said.
Yeah.
You said we should know how many liters we were consuming.
Yeah.
The truth be told, we are not subsidizing fuel for Nigeria. We are subsidizing for Ghana, Togo, Cotonou, and Cameroon. How is that possible? If you talk about tankers, fuel, we are not living only through tankers. If you go to Cotonou side from Lagos to Siemens border, there is this Vespa machine. They will build a tank like drum. They will ride this machine into Lagos. They will go to filling station and buy fuel like every other normal person. They sell on the streets of Cotonou. That fuel was so cheap that you can buy 150 and go and sell 2,000 in Cotonou.
All right, let me come in. Let me now come in, right? And I agree with you, and you brought that one right out of my mouth as far as doing an audit of how many people are actually using the fuel. So here's the thing, and I agree with you. The fuel could have also been leaving Nigeria, not just in tankers. It could have been leaving in Nigeria also with Vespa bike with big tanks, right? Now, a tanker carries at least maybe 33 liters of like petroleum products, right? One tanker. One Okada no go carry a fraction of it. It will be a very tiny fraction of that. If you can at least cut down the tanker own, there's always going to be leakage, right? If you can at least cut down on the tanker own, make the small leakage. The small leakage own will not necessarily impact the economy as that. It will be in fractions. It will impact the economy in fractions. But that's just my response to that. But now you also said we are selling companies to fund subsidies. That we're selling all our companies to fund subsidies. Okay, now let me agree with you. We're no longer selling companies in Nigeria. The debt to GDP ratio, which shows us pretty much how much money we are borrowing relatively to how much we are actually making. It's also at the highest. I mean, you agree with me with the inflation own. Inflation got to the highest during Tinubu, over 30%. Debt to GDP ratio is also currently at the highest. Let me agree with you. We are no longer selling companies, right? We are now doing good. Tinubu has fixed everything. Why are we still borrowing at the highest level ever in Nigeria?
It is very simple, bro.
Okay.
Now, let me say this. For the first time in our history, I don't know where you are going to take this record to. We have seen Nigeria as a construction site. You and I from the eastern side of Nigeria. Nobody can say East has been this busy when it comes to construction. If I ask you now who is the best governor from the East, it's going to be a debate. Now, borrowing has never been a problem to any country. But the question is, what are you borrowing to do? If any state, if any country is borrowing to develop their infrastructures, sir, it is not going to be a problem to Nigeria. If you are borrowing to build, not borrowing to steal, not borrowing to enjoy, not borrow. If you take Nigeria back to days, you will ask yourself, what project did PDP do in 16 years? Just ask that simple question. At least somebody would be able to tell us, say, go from here to here, there's a project. And let me tell you, it is not just about building roads. You can agree with me that the roads we are building today, Nigeria has never built before. I know my age, and I have never seen on any site where we find these machines, a heavy equipment meant for construction. Not necessarily, okay, let me give you an example, brother.
Okay.
If you look at Lagos Shagamu Road, call any president in our history, he built Lagos Shagamu Express.
Who built?
All the presidents. Why? When you start your tenure, you will go there and start construction. By the time you start from kilometer 1 and get to half, this other side is spoiled. Why? It is disposable roads. This is why I keep telling people, Omahe, as a matter of fact, is the best minister of works in the history of Nigeria.
Okay.
He is not building a road the next president will come in to build. He is building roads that will stand the test of time.
Okay.
He did it in Ebonyi, and he is doing it at federal.
All right, let me come in here and hopefully we'll go use this one wrap up. I just have a few pushbacks on the construction site. Nigeria indeed is a construction site. I definitely agree with you on that one, right? And then you said, what are we borrowing to do? We're using it to, obviously do this construction, build this infrastructure, which is good. I definitely agree with you. Two pushbacks, or one that I wrote down. I don't know if the other one will come back my head. But the one that I wrote down is, the cost of these roads that we're building, this infrastructure. I don't know that you go agree with me too. It's outrageous. I'm going to use the coastal road, which at least I have the data on or the numbers on. We budgeted $11 billion for that, and that's over 700 kilometers of road in the total, the total project, right? Right now, we have, they don't commission or they don't look for 7 kilometers where they want build, and they borrowed $747 million for it. That amounts to $15 million per kilometer. I believe you've heard me say this a few times now. That is outrageous for building a road anywhere in the world, especially in Africa. It's never been done. It's the first time that it's being done in Nigeria. I don't know that you agree with me on that or not. And also, the debt to GDP ratio, we keep accusing other governments of borrowing and not doing anything. I agree with you. This is the first time that they're borrowing and we are seeing the thing. I agree with you. But those governments the Tinubu supporters are accusing of borrowing and not doing anything and borrowing outrageous sums of money, especially Buhari, they didn't borrow to the extent that Tinubu is borrowing. That is a concern for me. You see what I'm saying?
Kachi,
Make we use these two round up because we are almost at 20 minutes here.
Kachi, now let me tell you, I am from Imo State. You must have heard me talk so much about Mbakwe.
Yes.
But
yes.
Let me tell you today, Mbakwe, after all the good names, he died wretched. Mbakwe could have lived longer if he was able to steal even small money. Let me tell you, I am not a politician, I'm not in government, and I'm not looking for a religious and saint man to rule Nigeria.
Yeah.
Now walk, chop. Any politician who left what he is doing to come and be running up and down noon and night, they can do anything to get into power. Stealing is compulsory. And this crop of politicians, I'm not going to defend anybody.
Yeah.
This crop of politicians, they must chop.
Okay.
But my problem is not stealing.
If you want to, you help me round up on this note so that we'll go move forward.
Yeah, while you are stealing, Oga, try do something.
Absolutely.
Wike, they do well for Abuja. I am not going to say Wike is not stealing money. But when you are calculating, please take out time to look at the quality of what they are doing. Yeah. If not chop, these guys go chop. If not stealing, that is why not be all of us go heaven. Yeah. Some of us go enter. And we go stay there, say, this man, you build road, but you don't go enter here. You stole our money.
Absolutely.
So, I am not here to protect anybody on that department.
And I appreciate you. And I appreciate you on that.
The people will no steal, will no do construction. Or guys, if you know they go rivers, you know go break port.
Absolutely.
You understand?
Absolutely. So Dede Chris, we need to move forward, but I appreciate you for joining. Thank you so much for, coming here to give these points. Appreciate you. Thank you so much, Dede Chris. Appreciate you so much.
All
right. When I see why I make a shout out to Dede Chris and also shout out to all the Tinubu supporters, man, because this is, you see, wasn't having a talk earlier, right? This is the reason why I don't leave IPOB people. And I still love you guys, right? I still love you guys, but I'm loving Tinubu supporters more now because they give me good debate. And they like debate where they based on facts and objectivity. You see what I'm saying? And it makes for good conversations. IPOB people, una wahala too much. Una need anything fact, una need like and it stresses me out, man. It stresses me out, man. I know they like when they put fact for person face. Person go they run around. It stresses me out. I love you guys. Hopefully very soon I go host show for Ona. You know, I know say on a camp now, a lot of things are going on there. So there's a lot of things to talk about with you guys. But this is not the time. And I'm trying to heal from all the scars when I don't live inside my head. I'm trying to heal. Make I heal with Tinubu people. I love my Tinubu people. Make I heal with them. But my IPOB people, man, they stress me too much. They like facts. You know, facts. They put facts for IPOB people face. They go they run. Pia. They go they run around. Hey, man, shout out to my IPOB people, but we are going to come back to you guys, but not anytime soon. All right. Let's get back to it. All right, let's go. Mr. Make we bring DJ up. Let's get another guest up here. And shout out to Mr. Chris as well. Again, this is the reason why I love Tinubu supporters. You know, when I know my stance, I support Obi. He's my preferred candidate. I would love to see him, you know, become the president of Nigeria. I would like to see him happen because it seems like he has solutions. From waiting in the talk, you need to mute. We'll get to you, Mr. DJ. Just give me a second. If you want to mute yourself, please, so that we'll go. It seems like he has solutions, even though he has not started telling us, you know, and that's a very big, another criticism I have about him, right? The last show he had with Mr. Rufai Oseni of Arise TV, he didn't give a lot of house. Hopefully in the next interview he's going to give us some house because Nigerians don't wise now. Nigerians are saying, if you don't tell us how, we don't still trust you. We're not just going to trust you, you know. So you need to give us some house so that we'll go use that house too. We'll go run with that your how, you know. But if you're just saying it based on trust, you know, a lot of people, even though I don't understand why I kind of understand, right? But I can't understand why somebody would trust Buhari because he was a former military man. You know, people thought he was going to People thought he was going to use his influence as a general to, you know, curb that, you know, reduce corruption in Nigeria and enforce their hand. So people have seen that and be like, if Buhari no fit do this thing, because we don't ask him how, we just believe him. We just believe in body language. You now, we need to hear your own why, you know. Anyway, Mr. DJ, before we even introduce you, just give me 1 second, make I read some chat here. Kulata, shout out to Kulata on YouTube. All right, let's read Kulata. Kulata says, debt to GDP measures the total gross federal debt as a percentage of the nation's annual economic output, not revenue. I mean, the economic output can also be measured by revenue now. You still talk, say the output, now revenue where they bring, Abi. But thank you for correcting me on that one. I appreciate it. Thank you. Our debt to GDP is now 32%. Last I checked, it was 52%, my brother. I don't know if it has come down, but even if it's at 32%, it's still an all-time high. 52% definitely was an all-time high. 32% would probably most likely still be an all-time high. So I don't know if that's a positive. But anyway, our debt to GDP is below 55. Yeah, it's 52. 52 is below 55, right? If you start talking about debt to revenue, then we have something to talk about. Kulata, we definitely have some to talk about. If you want to come over here on TikTok at the beer park, I don't invite you, Taya. I don't know what I will go use drink. Make I find drink. I don't know that TikTok go shout if I put this drink. TikTok too, they stress me. I don't know. TikTok, please. Mr. Kulata, I don't know. Will this one do you? Will Bumbu do you? I don't know what I would use to invite you here. This is my brother. Where they always stress me from. Sometimes you go write something, you go force me to read them, you know. But shout out to my brother Kulata. You know, shout out to my brother Kulata on YouTube. I appreciate you for being there. Appreciate you. Anyway, let's get back to the show. DJ, Mr. DJ, if you want to unmute yourself, please, let's talk about it. Mr. DJ, if you want to unmute yourself, please.
Mr. Akashi.
Yeah. Thank you for joining.
Good evening, Mr. Akashi.
Yes. Good evening. Thank you.
Thank you for the opportunity to talk here.
Thank you. Thank you.
I've been watching you since. And I've been.
Thank you.
The people reaction. So, what I want to say is that during Obi's first election, then I voted for Peter Obi.
Mm.
The reason why I voted for Peter Obi.
One second, Mr. DJ.
Okay.
Do you support Tinubu?
That's what I'm saying. I said I voted for Peter Obi then. But do you know what?
Hear me out and answer my question. I'm not talking about Peter Obi, and I don't want you to give us that background on why you don't support him anymore. That one is up to me to talk about if I want to talk about anything. But let's stick to the topic so that we'll have a good show. That's why we have over 130 people here watching. They don't want to hear about Obi.
Yes.
People in here don't want to hear about Obi. If they want to hear about Obi, I believe them let's talk about Tinubu.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why I want to lay a foundation. That's what I'm trying to say. And the reason why I want to shift to Tinubu now is because the kind of legacy this man is laying down. You understand? So, and it will take a while for people to realize that this man is truly laying the foundation. You understand? So, concerning the economic legacy that this man is planning, I believe, I think what he wanted to do is he want to raise industrialists, the manufacturer, and the business-oriented people in Nigeria. So, because if you are trying to build an economy, would you think that kind of a reform will work for? Is only manufacturers, the industrialists, and the business people. And
what kind of reform? What specific reform are you referring to?
The economic reform that he's doing.
Which specific economic reform are you referring to? Which specific one are you referring to? So that we will talk about them.
Number one, our FX, the stable of Naira.
Okay.
And subsidy removal.
Okay.
You understand? These are the things that are added to our economy.
Okay.
These are the things that have a positive impact in our economy. You understand? And it's creating an environment where businesses will flow. It's creating an environment where industrialists will make it big. You understand? So compared to, somebody say, he's just building roads. He's not building infrastructure. And I said to the person, can you tell me the meaning of infrastructure? If you want to remove roads from infrastructure, then what is the infrastructure? Can you please explain if you are saying road is not part of infrastructure? When China want to build when they want to build, they started from roads. They started from building roads. They started from building highways. From there, and do you know what? China, what they are doing at that time, they are not just building, they are not just inviting people to build their road. They are learning. As they are building roads, they are learning how to build. Now, every country now want China to build their road.
All right, let me just come in a little bit because you don't enter China, so let's leave China for a second. But let me interject for a minute, right? You've mentioned that.
I'm just trying to tell you what.
Absolutely, I hear you.
I'm just trying to tell you
You've made a few points. Make I just push back on those few points, right? You've mentioned legacy. Legacy can be very subjective. What's a legacy for you may not be a legacy for me, right? For instance, you've mentioned that he's trying to raise industrialists. I don't know how he's trying to do that. You didn't necessarily explain. Maybe you can expound on that. And you also said the FX reform, the subsidy reform, their positive impacts in Nigeria. Just hear me out. Stop interrupting, please.
In Naira.
Stop, please. Yeah.
Okay.
So you've mentioned those two, and then you've mentioned the roads. I believe I already pushed back on the roads with Day Decrease. Shout out to Day Decrease. The roads, the money where they take the build them, the amount per kilometer is a little bit outrageous to me. and I'm still looking for the legacy there. The legacy for me there would be him as an already wealthy man would come in and Tinubu really doesn't need any, at least in my head. Best we don't make all that money. He doesn't need any more money, right? Anything corruption, he goes, I don't make all that one. That one is chicken change to me, right? That's how I'll see it. But for him to still come on and we're still seeing $15 million per kilometer of road, where we never see before anywhere in Africa, I think that's outrageous. And also you said the FX reform and the subsidy reform, that it's a positive impact on Nigeria. I don't know exactly how you said it, but I'm paraphrasing here. Now, because of this FX dollar unification we do, right, or naira unification, however you want to put it, the inflation rate hit the highest in Nigeria. How is that positive when because of this reform we Tinubu do, cost of living in Nigeria went up? Cost of food went up, cost of services went up, cost of rent went up, pretty much everything went up. How is that a positive?
Mr. Akashi, do you want me to explain why all these things went up? Do you know why?
Yeah.
The reason is that
I'd like to hear.
we Nigerians, we focus, we have how can I put it? Oil and gas has been one of our drivers in Nigeria. One of our drivers in the economy in Nigeria. That is why when subsidy was introduced, this thing has been long for so long. It's just that this subsidy is there to make sure that the price does not go up. The price of living in the country does not go up. And this subsidy, corruption have entered. Some people are using subsidy to steal money, billions of naira, and then we are borrowing money to pay for subsidy. So subsidy have to go, because we cannot be borrowing money, you understand, and be paying debt. Let us do it economically. You owe someone and you are still borrowing money to pay the person. You are still owing. So it's negative to your economy. Even household economy is negative.
Okay.
And you talk about the money that they are using to build roads. Who is building these roads? They are Chinese people. Aramco is a Arab contractor. No Nigeria. Can you tell me Nigerians that can build this road? If there is Nigerian that can build this road, they will pay the person in naira, not in dollars. That is why if you exchange this money to naira, you will see that it's in trillions, because no Nigerian engineer that can build this road.
So your argument is hear me out. Your argument is
wait.
All right, Mr. DJ, if we keep talking over me, I can't have a conversation with you. So you need to respect.
I'm trying to pass.
All right.
Okay.
I won't be able to have a conversation with you if you cannot pause when I interject. It's not making for a good show. Okay. I came here to have a show. I don't come here to allow you to talk everything you want to talk. That's not why I came here. So please allow me to talk when I want to talk. So your argument is that it's because it's Chinese companies that are running this, that are handling the project. That's why they're being paid in. That's why it's high in dollars. Is that your argument?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, that in Nigeria, it's actually illegal to pay any contractor or any service in dollars. So I don't know where you're bringing that one from. But if that's your argument, now your argument. Also, you said we were borrowing to pay debt. I don't know. We're still borrowing at an all-time high in Nigeria. So I don't know what are we borrowing to pay now that we're not borrowing to pay debt again. We're still borrowing at an all-time high.
Okay, the reason why we are borrowing now is we are borrowing to build. And all these roads, they have something like they will save us money later. You understand? They will save us money later. It's an investment. Roads are investments. The moment you build it, and you build the correct and good roads, you will not spend on those roads again. So roads, anything infrastructure is an investment. Even if you borrowed money to invest, you will still you can still guarantee yourself that you are not going to borrow money to do that project again.
Absolutely, and I definitely
You know,
agree with
if you
you.
borrow
I
money,
definitely agree with you on that one. Roads are investment, but it doesn't seem like you have any problem or issue with the cost of the roads that are building. At least my last caller, Dede Chris, he acknowledged, say yes, it might be outrageous, but it's what it is, and I can take that. But it doesn't seem like you have any problem with it. You think that's the actual cost. That's okay too, but we need to move forward from that. You said Tinubu also made hard decisions when it came to removing the FX, that he had to go. I definitely agree with you, but my pushback there would be on the implementation, how it was implemented. I had shout out to Mr. K. I don't know if he's here right now, but the other day he made an analogy of a snake. Say if snake dey my house, I go buy the snake. I don't care how I buy the snake. I go buy the snake. Then I threw it back at him and I asked him, what if that snake is around your daughter's neck? How are you going to? Will you now apply caution to at least try to not hurt your daughter, right? So I say this to say the subsidy removal was good, but the implementation is the problem. How he implemented it was very barbaric. He really put a lot of thought. Him and his people did not put a lot of thought in it. And that is why the inflation rate went to an all-time high, which impacted Nigerians, everyday Nigerians. Hunger, the amount of hungry people that live in hunger, in poverty, like actual crazy poverty, skyrocketed because of that policy. How is it that Tinubu no think about these things and he just went ahead and did it when there could have been other ways to go about that same hard decision without impacting a lot of people the way it impacted people? You get a response to that one before we move forward?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
What's your response?
The reason is that do you know that all the former presidents, when they want to remove subsidy, they call a town hall meeting. They need a meeting, they analyzed, they look for solution. Oh, we can't just remove this thing. We have to put certain things in place. Former president, good luck, do the same. Buhari also do the same. And after all these meetings, they are unable to remove it.
So that's even because out of the point, right? That's out of the point because Tinubu already had the will to remove it, and I give him credit for that. He had the will to remove it. So having a town hall is not I don't know why you think having a town hall is the way to go. Having a town hall doesn't do anything. There are actual ways things you can do to cushion the effect. First step, in my opinion, at least audit first and see if we're actually using up the actual amount of petroleum products that they say we use, or have an actual audit. Make our what do they call them? Our refineries be functional, be productive, so that we go they at least be able to buy, sell or produce cheaper gasoline products, right? That's another way. For the FX one, invest in manufacturing so that we'll have more export products, so that when you remove the subsidy on the dollar, the export products where we don't export now or we plan to export go cushion the effect of the dollar subsidy removal. These are just random things that I'm thinking of. I know mention town hall, so I don't know where town hall is coming from. But Mr. DJ, if you have final thoughts before we move forward, I think we're almost at 60. We are past 16 minutes, so that we'll go move forward and get the next guest on here. Any final thoughts?
Yeah, the reason why I mentioned town hall is that I just used that word town hall. At least if you remember, then they had a meeting with the governor of Central Bank that time, Minister for Finance Okonjo Iweala. If you can remember, they do this thing just to make sure that if you remove subsidy, how can Nigerians still survive? So, and at the end of the day, they didn't achieve all this. So the reason why President Tinubu don't want to do all those things is that at the end of the day, he might not achieve it. He might not achieve it because there are some factors that will come up that will allow him also not to remove it.
That is not correct. That is not correct. That is not correct.
Determine that, I want to remove.
That is not correct. And again, I say this to say that Tinubu already has the will to remove it. There was nothing that was going to change his mind from removing it. But I'm just saying the implementation, he could have implemented it differently. That's all I'm saying. The people that advised him didn't advise him correctly. They could have advised him differently. And the amount of millions, we're talking about over 50 million people that have entered poverty because of this policy. Tinubu should have considered that before doing it. Even if only 10 million people or 5 million people, then it will be fair. But talking about over 50 million people going into poverty and you don't consider them, and you say, yes, let's just do it just because. Because you are isolated. Tinubu is isolated from the effects of these things. So obviously, he doesn't care about anybody else. But anyway, Mr. DJ, thank you for joining. We need to move forward. I appreciate you for joining. All right.
Yeah. All right, thank you.
All right. Make we bring our next guest up here. Let's keep liking, by the way. Let's keep liking and sharing and get more people here to join the show. Let's see. I don't dare almost 1 hour, 30 minutes. I believe I have 1 more hour until the show ends for today. But I appreciate everybody that's been here. Thank you. Let's keep liking. Let's read some chats before we bring the next guest up here. All right. BC says, BC, thank you for joining. Thank you, BC, for joining. BC says it's wasting of time and giving Saboteur time to plan. Not necessarily. If Tinubu is the person that they say he is, if he really is who they say he is, it wouldn't be a waste of time. He would do it how it should be done. That would be my pushback on that. Anyway, it was Tinubu. Stop trying to defend incompetence. BC says subsidy was only paid till June 2023 in the budget. In what budget are you referring to, BC? But thank you again. All right. Onyinye Okolubo says, after typing read through, okay, I guess you're responding to somebody. All right. Goswill says, Buhari already removed it. It's not Tinubu. No, now Tinubu come out now. Tinubu do come out for TV, say Tinubu subsidy has been removed or something like that. Now Tinubu remove them unless I have a different information. But Mr. Goswill, feel free to request and talk to us about it. But let's keep liking, by the way. Let's keep liking and sharing and get more people here to join the show. All right, Chije says, the guy, no, all right, we're not going to read that one. Len Ends Online says, I support Tinubu because you can little things trying to be built, just that some things are harsh. I'll make una the right on our chat well, so that we'll go free read them out. Anyway, Omo George says Lagos to Calabar 11 to 13 billion. Yeah, that's outrageous. That's $15 million per kilometer. Do the math, my brother. $15 million per kilometer. That's outrageous. I don't know why some of Tinubu support most. I wouldn't say most, but I know some of them that I've spoken with agree with me that it's outrageous. And at least that I can work with that. But if you just think it's normal to use $11 billion to build road, we know even they designed to be like a highway. It's just a normal road. It's not a highway. That road no fit take 60 miles per hour. If it takes 70, if you try 70 miles per hour, you go roll over. You'll hurt yourself. You know what I'm saying? So that road was not designed to run for high speed. It's just a road. And you say it's come on now. There are 2 major coastal roads in Africa. Okay. Anyway, whether you call it coastal road or not, calling it a coastal road is just a name. It's a road. It's coastal road because it's by the coast. That's the reason why it's called coastal road. It doesn't make it different from any other road. I don't know why you think. Some people go say it's a super highway. It's a super highway. It's not a super highway. It's not even a highway to start with. Be highway. It's just a road. And I'm not putting it down because I love that it's being built. It's a good initiative. Not just the cost be my problem. Anyway, do you people know the meaning of subsidy? Uncle Emmy, we could call you Uncle Emmy. I don't know. We know the meaning of subsidy now. I believe the average Nigerian should know the meaning of subsidy. Tinubu is King B Nice says Tinubu is not working. Okay, I don't know if I would even want to talk to you because we want to talk to Tinubu supporters today. But anyway, thank you for being here. Uche Dandy says you are lying. China started with product before road. I didn't want to give a lot of thought to that because I don't know for sure. I know definitely China revolutionized their economy, and today on a very good day they could be number 1 or they could be number 2. So they did something correctly. Anyway, all right, let's get back to the queue. You see, and Kulata don't they force me to read in chat again. Shout out to Kulata, man. Kulata says, Kulata, thank you for the $5. It says, what you are describing about gradual removal doesn't apply in Nigerian context. That is a recipe for a gridlock by rent seekers and why GEJ failed. I don't necessarily agree with that. But that's a good opinion, but I don't necessarily agree with that. All right, Hesse David CEO. let's get our guest up here and keep it going. Let's keep liking, by the way. Let's keep liking and sharing and get more people here to join the show. All right, Hesse David. We will call you Mr. David. Mr. David, thank you for joining. Mr. David, are you here? All right, like Mr. David, no day here. Make we bring him down. All right, make we bring Miss BC. Miss BC, thank you for being here.
Hello, Kachi. How are you? Good evening.
I'm fine. Good evening. Thank you for joining.
How is everybody? You're blank. I can't see you. What's happening?
You know, if you see me, I don't know. I'm still here. I hope you guys can see me.
It's blank here on my end. I can only hear your voice.
Sorry about that.
Okay.
Do you want to maybe let me drop you and then you request right back and I'll bring you back up?
No, it doesn't matter if I don't see. At least
sounds good. At least you can hear me. Thank you. Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Yes.
The reason I'm supporting him, as of all the people that are coming out, maybe if somebody has come out tomorrow, as of now, if I'm in Nigeria, is what I'm going to vote for. For him to have the kahun to take some of the decision, the difficult decision that he took. The same thing is happening. We are experiencing the same thing. A guy, I think I would ask you to go to a guy. I think his name is Stan Agacho. He's a Kenyan. It was. I thought maybe I will tag you.
Okay.
The same problem they're facing in Kenya. He was using Nigeria as a case study. I saw it 2 days ago. And the same thing Senegal is facing now. If you follow populist agenda, you won't do the needful thing that needed to be done. That subsidy needs to be taken away. And moreover, we don't have money. We're borrowing money to pay subsidy.
But here is where I think a lot of people who support him kind of miss. Do you care about the over 50 million people that have been thrown into extreme hunger, extreme poverty because of that decision? Just hear me out. Make I finish this line of thought, right?
Okay.
I think most rational people would agree. And I'm not against the subsidy removal. I hope you understand that as well. I'm not against it. I'm saying the implementation was the problem. Because the way he implemented it, instead of maybe if he did it differently, instead of 50 million people to be suffering in poverty right now, hunger, maybe only 10. And I'm not saying that those 10 million people don't matter, but at least it will to be better. Do you see what I'm saying?
Okay, how do you want them to implement it? To go out to continue borrowing money to pay for it?
No.
Why some people are making billions from that particular money?
No, I'll say it again. I'll say it again. There are different ways he could have done it, right? Number one, have an actual audit first to see if really the 100, let me use 100 liters, the 100 liters of petrol where they say we they use for Nigeria, is it really 100 liters we need? Have an audit, because there was corruption. Me and you can agree that there was corruption in the oil subsidy business. There was corruption there, right? So now have an actual audit first and see if that 100 liters, now really 100 liters, I mean at just 2 liters, and see if we are just subsidizing 90 or 98 liters for 1% of Nigerians that are doing the business, right? That one is first. And then if you do that and realize that we only need 2 liters, then probably the subsidy is still very necessary. Because not a lot of Nigerians can afford petroleum products at 1,400 per liter. No, not a lot of Nigerians can afford that.
Kachi, okay, do you know kerosene is not subsidized?
Okay.
So, that, to me, those are even what the poor people need.
No.
Kerosene is not subsidized. Right from the outset, I don't support petroleum subsidy. It's a cancer. It needs to be taken out entirely.
You're seeing at it in one dimension, and that's kind of a problem.
No, let me line. Did you allow me to finish now?
Go ahead.
First of all, either I would like it or not, is when you're sick, you take a tablet. The tablet might be bitter. You say because it's bitter, I don't want to take it. There is no way to slice it. Do you know how many years it take for them to do the petroleum bill? It took 10 years to do the petroleum bill. And if the subsidy is not taken away, Dangote refinery will not thrive.
That is not correct.
You can't be enabling manufacturing from outside.
That is not correct.
Local market.
That is not correct. Saying without the subsidy removal, Dangote refinery will not thrive. That is not correct.
Okay. Oh, do you know the subsidy removal even linked to the subsidy of the naira as well, of the dollar? They subsidizing the dollars, because the importer, they will subsidize the dollar. They will buy the dollar at cheaper rate as well.
Yeah.
It's not to round tripping as well.
Yeah.
It's interwoven. You have to think about it. It's interwoven.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you, but
so that cancer, look, that cancer, you cut it out. Because if you are looking, like if you want to follow this, we are intensive care unit. We need to be rescued. You cut away the cancer because you want to because I want to do fashion. I have breast cancer.
Miss BC,
I will allow the doctor to check my breast if it can be saved.
Miss BC,
cut the breast off.
Yeah, okay. Hear me out on this, right? It's not all cancer that requires you to cut anything. Some cancers,
breast cancer.
Hear me out though. Some cancers can be treated with just chemotherapy. Would that be correct? Would that be a fair statement?
Depending.
Is that a fair statement? Just hear me out. Is that a fair statement?
Yes,
since you're using cancer. Okay, so now, this cancer now that we're having, why didn't we try at least to use chemotherapy before cutting? Do you just say, oh, this person get cancer, bam? Or do you do some, like test and do blood work and stuff? Do you do all that, or you just, this person get cancer, bam, you cut? Is that how people? That is what Tinubu did.
Kachi, there is a proverb in my language that say, if you use 3 years to practice madness, how many years you won't take enter market to do the original madness itself? Knowing the Nigeria we know, if they start that thing, I told you example of the petroleum bill. The petroleum bill languished 10 years before it can see the light of the day. Number two, this fuel we're talking about, we don't even have the money to pay this to be subsidized. We are borrowing money to subsidize, and the interest rate is high. We are using over 69% of our GDP to service loan that is not for infrastructure, loan that is for concurrent. So you are telling me now that because I want to enjoy my free petrol, I should keep the debt for my grandson or my granddaughter.
I think you're stuck on what you believe.
I'm not stuck, but that's
you are though. You're literally
fact.
No, it's not a fact. That's your opinion.
Okay.
This is your opinion. It's not a fact. There are other ways. Any economist will tell you that there are other ways to go about it.
Okay,
that what you're saying is your opinion.
Okay.
I just explained ways to you, and you're not even hearing it. You're not even hearing.
I'll give you an example of the petroleum bill that it took 10 years.
Okay.
For it to happen.
I'm not talking about petroleum bill here. I'm talking about I'm talking about an audit to see how much.
I'm telling you, in Nigeria, the committee that will look into the committee to check the committee.
Again, I think you're stuck on you're stuck on what you believe, and that's okay. But I'm telling you that
I'll give you an example of the petroleum bill. Now we are almost getting
Miss BC, let's stop over talking ourselves.
Okay, another example I'll give you, the same problem we are having, we are about to get out. Kenya is not facing, Senegal is not facing.
I don't care what Kenya is going. I'm not Kenyan, I'm Nigerian. What they're going through is their problem.
We are about to get to the other end. Where everybody has to sacrifice. Changes the sacrifice. I pity people that are in poverty. It's affected me as well, in one way or the other. But we all need to sacrifice because we are involved, make mess of everything in the past. If this thing I've done 20, 30 years ago, we won't be where we are now. So we have to take the bitter pill.
Miss BC, this bitter pill, I'm not against the bitter pill. No, Miss BC, you need to stop. You need to stop over talking me. Yeah. This bitter pill you are talking about, I'm not against it. I'm not against it. I want to put that out there. All I'm saying is it's barbaric. When I think about it, it's barbaric because you need to let me finish. You need to let me finish. It's barbaric. It's not because it's Tinubu, or if any other person had done it the same way, I would say the same thing. It's barbaric. When you don't consider the people that you say you're leading and you say, oh, you just swallow it. That is barbaric. I don't know if I look at the definition of barbaric, I think that would tell me that over 50 million people have been thrown into poverty, extreme hunger. And you want me to agree with you that that's the only way. When I can list at least 2-3 other ways off the top of my head. Economists, people that will study economy for school, we go school, do the economy, statistics and everything, they go tell you the same thing. And you still want to choose the barbaric way. What else do you want me to say? What else do you want me to say? But anyway, let's move away from the subsidy.
That's your POV. He said it's barbaric. But knowing Nigeria, knowing my country, knowing the antecedents, I know there's some people that will not allow it to function.
All right.
You have to cut it off.
All right. Let's move away from that.
The other one is the infrastructure.
Okay.
In as much as the price, I can't dictate the price because I'm not a civil engineer. and because it passed across 7 different states with different topography and clearing of the road, I can't budget because I did not have any other company that did feasibility study. If any company think they have the fact on ground, they can bring out their fact to counteract.
The fact on ground is looking at the averages around the world, or not even the world, in Africa.
You have to check at the topography.
All right.
The topography of each state.
Ms. Bisi, I want you to understand that I'm not trying to, like, I know I want to have a debate with you, but I'm not like your enemy. We're only having a conversation.
No, I'm trying
so
to
please tone it down. Bring your whatever this thing with it, or bring them down. Let's have this conversation.
That's how I talk, Okachi.
Okay.
I know they fight you.
Okay, it sounds a little bit aggressive, so I want you to calm down a little bit. Please just calm down a little bit.
Sorry, that's where I am. I'm sorry, even I'm joking with you. No.
All right.
What I'm trying to say is, because of this topography and because I'm not an engineer, that's why I say one thing I like. If I were to be in any other civilized country, they would have, like, if you want to like attack somebody, attack with facts. They would have, if you want to do like opposition, they would have employ a company, a competitive company like that. Let them bring their feasibility study and
it's good you said this thing, because the Tinubu government did not do that. Instead, nine friend Shogri, nine be the person where they handle this contract. A huge percentage of our budget, this guy is in charge of it. I don't know if you have a problem. I don't know if you have a problem with that. And as far as the facts, you don't have to be an engineer. Let me just finish on this line, right? As far as the facts, you don't have to be an engineer to have an idea of what it costs to build, say, a house, say a road, say a car, say whatever. You don't have to be an engineer to know what it costs. You can do a quick Google search. In Africa, how much did it take build road? That's all you need to know. The most that I could find was $1 million. In Kenya.
I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
We are going through 7 different topography, terrain. The land, the clearing of bush in Lagos State is different from Ogun. Ogun have a different challenges from Edo State. That's what you have to put in there. You have to do inconveniences. And you don't know, do we know if they compensated the people that the land passed through their land? Do you know how much they set aside for compensation? And this Shagari, according to them, the federal government is only giving 30%. They are the one footing the other bill with other partners, which means that is it. We don't have money. How many of the company that want to take on the responsibility are ready to foot this project? Shagari is footing the project. He's a businessman. There'll be Aki-Paki, even any civilized world, there's Aki-Paki. But if there's any other alternative, let them come out and challenge them. So that is it.
The alternative would have been if there was an actual open bidding process, right? That would have been the alternative, but there wasn't.
Okay, I'm against that too.
Okay.
I want transparency.
At least me and you don't agree on one thing, right?
I want transparency.
At least me and you don't agree on one thing finally,
yes,
and that's what I love, right?
People like Julius Berger should have been. I don't support nepotism.
Yep.
I don't like it.
Yep.
I don't like it. I want level playing field for everybody.
Absolutely.
Like, let everybody come out to come and, if you give them your term and condition, if it's okay with them, fine. But I don't want a situation whereby you take the contract, you collect your mobilization fee, you go and sleep.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
As me, but that's not been the case with this one now.
Yeah.
Even some of the standard of the job, I'm not happy with some of the standard I see personally.
Okay.
I'm not happy with it.
Me and you agree on one or two things now on the infrastructure side. And I agree with you. The road is very necessary. Let's not misunderstand that either. The road is very necessary, very important.
And what people don't realize is what Tinubu is trying to move us to manufacturing. You can't be a manufacturer, a manufacturing country without infrastructure.
Yep.
That's what he's trying to do. And opening up that access, that means goods can come from fresh fish, fresh seafood, everything can come from Calabar within, like somebody will leave Calabar market, oral market with crayfish at 7 o'clock in the morning. Before 4 o'clock, they're in Lagos.
Absolutely.
They get what they want to get, they get the money, the following money, they're back at Calabar.
Yeah, definitely agree with you that one. And I've never had any bad thing to say about the construction of the road, not just the money side.
Do you know how many villages, how many farmers will be able to get their food from Mondo, Edo, Delta, to bring their goods to Lagos?
Yep.
So it's going to be like that. And another thing, but in terms of the international aspect, because I'm a student of political, I study political economy and international relations, this guy did a marvelous job, and people are not seeing what he has done.
All right, let's talk about the international economics or politics, and then we'll go use that one round up. But let's hear it. Yeah.
First of all, what he did recently with that company, that's that company that was doing credit, MTN credit. They now gave license to seven or 9 other Nigerian companies to compete with them.
Yeah.
Do you know that these South Africans, they've been doing their madness for years. Nobody will. Their president did not come out. But within 24 hours of Tinubu issued that license to Nigerian company, he came out and started telling his people not to fight.
Yeah.
Start telling them. Do you know why? Because First Rand Bank of South Africa has 21% in that company. And that company is floated on Johannesburg Stock Exchange. That's leverage. You eat them where it ought.
Absolutely.
The pocket of the so-called political godfather of South African politicians. I think those ones are the one that called the president. You are messing up our bag.
Yeah.
Call your people to order. Because Nigeria is our biggest market.
Absolutely.
But when we want to say we should send them away, we have enough South Africa to send away. But that leverage, see, he didn't come out, he didn't shout with them, he didn't say they should leave. He just give Nigeria order, open their venue. And that is leverage. He showed them what he can do, and he wants to keep it. But I'm not sending you away, but I'm just showing that I have the power to deal with you. He put it back, the leverage, he went to put it back in the safe.
Absolutely.
So see the way he maneuver himself with US. He wasn't confrontational with them, and he wasn't like licking their ass. Diplomacy of the highest order. See the tune.
Okay.
Because we do have the leverage to confront them, and if we shiver, we're going to be their wife. They're going to take advantage of us. But he did what? He diplomatically maneuvered the situation. He's neither their friend, neither their enemy. Though they will get one or two things, because that is in time. You gave something to get something.
Absolutely.
But it wasn't at the losing end. The way he employed the lobbyist, he paid what he needed to be paid. Nigeria is now like, because if Donald, and people don't know the reason why Donald Trump did not come to Nigeria. It's not because of Christian. It's because that lithium.
All right, make we leave the conspiracy side. Let's speak to what we know for a fact. You don't know this for a fact, Miss BC.
Okay, I will know this for a fact. That lithium that was not.
All right, Miss BC, TikTok fish out for me. Now make I try counter what you talk. Maybe you know it for a fact. That's okay, but me, I don't know it for a fact. But I appreciate you and these last 2 points where you give as far as international policy or politics. I definitely agree, especially with this South Africa own. The way they've been going crazy in South Africa and the president not saying anything.
Now.
Absolutely.
I see them in the pocket.
Absolutely.
The sugar daddy of their politician have called them.
Absolutely.
Tell your boys not to mess with our bag. That lithium, do you know the three lithium factory that we have in Nigeria now? They're from China.
Miss BC, you really want to talk about this lithium, but I don't get interest to talk about that lithium. So make we leave that lithium.
It's not only lithium.
Miss BC, we gonna leave that lithium. Leave that lithium, Miss BC.
Yeah, okay. It's not only lithium. Those okay. Let's say those solid materials, they are not allowed to get out of the country anymore. Come and do the factory. If you need my product, come and produce it in my country so that the value chain will be enjoyed by us.
And that's a good one, by the way. I don't know if the Chinese people are building lithium factories now. There
are 3 factories now.
Oh, wow.
Nasarawa and Niger.
That's really cool.
Even shea butters and nuts is not getting out of the country. If you want shea butter, you're a manufacturing company. If you want a shea butter, come to Nigeria and produce your shea butter. You are not going out of the country with the nuts.
That's a really cool. That's a really good one. If it's an actual policy, see how we all know.
It's a policy.
Okay, but what you and I'm glad you're even bringing it up, because most Tinubu supporters, they only come and talk about FX, road. This is a very good policy that I know if you argue. It's definitely a good policy.
That is being processed in Vietnam and India. The cashew nut processing should be brought to Nigeria, which will have the technical know-how.
I love that. That's a policy. If it's an actual, I love that it's a policy. But Miss BC, we need to move forward. I appreciate you for joining.
So I like him like that, because as of now, out of the people that are there, he's the one that is very conversant with the political international economic relations. That is so vast in that area.
All right.
I like the way he handled those diplomacy. He was also confrontational, because we don't have the leverage to be confrontational with anybody as of now.
Yeah, absolutely.
But he diplomatically answered it. He's protecting his country. He was also confrontational with South Africa. He did say the company should not exist in Nigeria. He just opened the door for the competitors. He's trying to tell them that I have my joker. It's not still. They can still use it to slap them.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Miss BC. We need to move forward. Appreciate you for joining. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you again, Miss BC. Shout out to you. I appreciate you. That's how we have our conversations here. We don't have to agree on 100%. Even if now 0.1%, make we agree. And I agreed with more than 0.1%. But I'll say maybe if she gave 4 points or 5 points, I agreed with 3, right? The FX own, I know I agree completely. The subsidy own, I know I agree completely. But when it comes to the, the building factories, I definitely agree. I can't remember everything why I agree, but I definitely agreed with a few things that she said. So shout out to Miss BC. Thank you again for joining. That's what we get the conversations here for the Bia Palo podcast or the Bia Palo show. No be banter, no be fight. We are here to talk and have conversations. My boy Kulata on YouTube is let's read Kulata. Shout out to Kulata. All right, let's see. Kulata says, what you are describing, I think I read that one. Again, thank you for the $5 here. You said subsidy removal was key for Dangote to thrive. Government sold imported petrol below cost, killing local refineries. Deregulation, equal fair prices, no unfair compensation. So here's why I said not necessarily. The reason I said that is Dangote was already building his refinery way before Tinubu became president. He already started building that refinery. It's not like he started building it the year Tinubu became president and then it became functional that same year. No, he's been building that refinery for a minute now, right? And he obviously, Dangote is a smart businessman. Shout out to Dangote. He definitely would have done his financial projection in the column, right? He definitely would have done his financial projection, built his business model, and see how he could make a profit even with the former system of subsidies in Nigeria. This is the reason why I say that. When I see how they give objective reasons, right? When I see how they give objective reasons, right? I'm not here to hate on anybody. You see what I'm saying? I'm not here to hate on anybody. It's just how I think it objectively. It's my opinion, but you can tell me what you think as well. Thank you, Kulata, for the $5. You said she knows her stuff. You said for Miss BC, she knows. Well, Miss BC, Kulata from Facebook, from YouTube is shouting you out. So shout out to you, Miss BC. And thank you for joining. Miss BC is also a regular guest here on the Bia Paulo show. Thank you for joining, Miss BC. Appreciate you. All right, let's get back to the show. Let's get Respect on here. And by the way, if you've not followed me, this is a good time to follow me. Just hit the follow button up there. It's somewhere up there. This is a good time to follow me. All right, Respect. If you I don't know, still loading. Things still show loading for this side. I don't know why it's still showing loading. Let me see. Still loading. Oh man, what's going on? All right, I'm trying to bring this guy up now. You think just they load, they spin. I don't like this. Let me see. And I can't even drop him now. Now the problem. We're gonna no vex for me. I don't know why this thing is hanging, man. Let's see. All right, it dropped. It dropped him automatically. I think he had a network issue. For now, get bad network. No, they carry a bad network. They come here. It affect my life. Make when I know they carry on a bad network. They come here, Jerry. Anyway. All right, let's get another guest up here. All right, Hesse David. There's a lot of background stuff going on there. There's a lot of background noise. There's a lot of background noise from your side. I don't know where you are, but if you want to go to a quiet place so we can have a good conversation. You see, as me and Miss BC get conversation, everything they clear, everybody enjoy them. Even person from YouTube said they shout out. You see, that's the kind of conversation we want to hear. You see what I'm saying, right? Shout out to Miss BC, man. All right, Hesse, Mr. David. My boy said, which kind of juju fit? Can you hear me, Mr. David? All right, be like him to get network problem. All right. Let's get.
Good evening.
Yeah, you have a network problem. Sorry about that. We want to have a good conversation so that everybody all around, because we're on Twitch, we're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, and we're on TikTok. So this show is not just for me and you guys here on TikTok, right? Every other person all over the place on YouTube and TikTok and Facebook and Twitch. We're also on Twitch. Everybody's enjoying it. I want it to be a good show, so we need good reception. Go where you get good network so that we'll have a good show. Anyway, let's see if the next person here has good reception, and we'll go from there. It sound like my brother. It sounds like, say, host, are you trying to marginalize those of us using MTN? I don't know. I don't call anybody name, or I don't call any network name, or hey, don't put anything inside my mouth, my brother. But Paparazzi, one day I see you. Shout out to you, bye. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. All right, Omo Kefe. Thank you for joining. Let's talk about this, Mr. Omo Kefe.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
Can
you.
you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah. Thank you for joining.
Yes, Kachi, thank you. I've always been watching in the background. So
Thank you.
yeah, I am actually a Tinubu supporter, and I want to just bring up some things that I think people should look into.
Okay.
By 2023, when Tinubu came in, some people have become richer by now. For example, Peter Obi became richer by 400%. If you value his wealth in Fidelity Bank, a 1 million naira invested in Fidelity before 2023 is now worth 4.9 million naira now. So to me, if Peter Obi is a Nigerian, then his wealth has increased under Tinubu by 400%, about 390 to 400%. That's the fact.
Okay.
And every Nigerian, because people need to look out for opportunities. Even when I was growing up and when people thought Nigeria was good, people were still complaining. But there are opportunities everywhere. If we say that Tinubu policy has impacted the stock market, if you don't have shares, it will not affect you. His policy has impacted education. If you don't have children in university, it will not affect you. Whereas poor people who have children in the university, an ordinary Nigerian, they're already benefiting from NEL Fund. That money that would have been spent paying their children's fee, is now available for them to do other things. That's one area. People who have children in technical schools, and that is also affecting their pocket now. Now, the impact is, if you now look forward, look at some infrastructures that have been developed, for example, the Calabar Coastal Highway, all the state along that line, people in Onitsha that used to stress themselves, people in the east can now find a way to build road, to connect that highway, and take their goods to Lagos and come back almost the same day or the following day, depending on how far they are from Lagos, you understand? So those are ordinary people like you and me that will be driving on that road, taking their commodities or their goods to Lagos or to even other states along that coastal line. And when that line eventually gets connected to the West African coastal line, people can take their goods to their client. Your clients in Cotonou can buy from you in Onitsha online, and you load it, and then they take that road, and that goods get delivered to him. So look at the logistics support that's going to provide for big market like Onitsha market, like Alaba International, like other small markets are opening up. Look at the support it's going to provide for the deep sea port in Akwa Ibom that they are trying to build. So those are things that affect ordinary people. That's another side to it.
And I let you finish. I let you finish. All the positives of the infrastructure, because not a lot of people understand how that coastal road, how it impacts the economy. That's why I let you finish on that thought. You just finished explaining. It's definitely going to impact the economy of Nigeria. I 100% agree with you on that. And if you've been here for so long, you will know that I agree with you. Roads are tied to money. Roads now, states now will connect to that place. Businesses go thrive more and all that good stuff. I'm not going to go further and talk, because I believe you probably will have heard my pushback on that. I'm not going to go further to push back again, because I've done that a few times already.
I agree with you on all your pushbacks there, yeah.
All right. But let me just push back on the one you say people became richer, because that's the only new one. And education, I've talked about education in my former shows. But about the people becoming richer, that's a brand new objective argument that you're bringing. So now you said if you had $1 million, 1 million naira in Fidelity Bank or any bank, I don't think it's only Fidelity Bank.
Fidelity Bank, for example, I just took Fidelity Bank
as an instance, because you were trying to pinpoint it to OB. But anyway, 1 million naira in Fidelity Bank, that right now is over 4 million naira. Now, did you hear of the report that came out recently that said, only like 1% of Nigeria have like 500K in their bank account. So if you're, and I'm not disputing the fact that the 1 million naira has increased, you know, in terms of value or because of interest, whatever it is, I'm not disputing that. But if just a few Nigerians can afford to have that 1 million naira sitting in the bank, how does that affect Nigerians alive? That's my pushback on that, because we're talking about over 50 million people have gone into poverty in Nigeria because of his policies. You know, so that 1 million naira, not a lot of people, it's not a lot of people that have that 1 million naira to, you know, to be enjoying the 4 million naira now. You see my point, right?
Okay, let me just respond to that. You see, the basis for valuing poverty based on the balance in your account is what is not really worth it. I live in the West. I know people who are totally on credit. They don't have a dollar in their accounts. They pay all their bills, they do everything, and after paying all their bills and everything, they have nothing left. They run on credit card for the rest of the month. Then if you value their worth based on what they have in their account, then they are all poor. Whereas these guys who have maybe $100 in their account, they have mortgages that have equity of maybe $500,000. In Nigeria today, even teachers, couples who are teachers, they have houses. Even those houses might just be 2-bedroom flat that they just built and they are managing. So if you want to value them and check their account, oh, they have just 500, they have 50,000, but they probably have an asset or a house that is worth maybe 10 million.
In Nigeria, you say?
Yes, I used to work in the bank in Nigeria.
That is not correct. We are saying over 50 million people. Over 50 million people are in poverty. We're not talking about people that are in poverty no get house.
No, this is what I'm telling you. I say if you use the balance, I'm not saying they are not in poverty. I said the basis of using your bank balance to value whether somebody is poor or rich is faulty. And I just gave you an example of people living.
I agree with you, but we're not using bank balance. I'm talking about people who are in food insecurity.
500,000.
Yes, and that's a good place to. I'm kind of shifting the goalposts, if I may, right? I'm saying people that are living in poverty, food insecurity. Okay. Those people also apply to the over 99% of people who don't have 1 million naira or 500,000 naira in their account.
Yes. So I will tell you where some of those people are affected and where. If that's why I say you must open your eyes to see opportunities and key into it. There is no government in the world or in Nigeria, even when things were good, or even in the West where some of us live, where they come and put money in your account like that, except you are living on food banks and stamps like that, food stamps. But if you are not living on food stamps, the government creates opportunities and you open your eyes and key into it. Let me tell you the truth today. If you don't open your eyes, if you bring Lee Kuan Yew to Nigeria and it creates the opportunity, the people who complain will still remain poor.
I hear you on that. This one now, that kind of philosophical statement you try to make, right? But we're talking about in reality, people that are living in I don't want to use the term multi-dimensional poverty, but people that have food insecurity, they don't know where their next meal will come from. Those people are not worried about money in the bank. They don't have money in the bank. They don't have food to eat. The one in chop now, they don't know where the next one will come from. Do you see what I'm saying?
No, but the implication is this. When they say some people have money, the poor people also, maybe they create platforms where they get part of that money. That's why I say we must open our eyes, but let's also leave the philosophical side on the side. Another thing I want to bring your attention to is the foreign exchange.
All right. We're moving. You're using that as a segue then. Let us move forward. Let us move away from that economy side. Or what's it called now? Poverty side. Let's go to Forex. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. The currency exchange, people don't understand the implication.
Okay.
When you have multiple exchange in a system, I will tell you my experience. When you have multiple exchange in a system, it's like that system is not transparent. That system wants to dupe you as a foreign investor. I'm bringing in $1 million into your economy. In the next few months, I don't even know what my $1 million will be. I can bring it in today because your system is not transparent. You are not telling me the value of your currency. You are saying, oh, it is 1,000. You say it's 500. So I'm like, what kind of dubious people are these? What is the value of your currency? Let me know. So because of that, I cannot make my plans. I cannot do my budget correctly. And one of my experience was this. I exported some goods into Nigeria at a particular exchange rate, enter the market, try to develop market around it, sold the goods. Before I could remit my money, the exchange moved against me. Exchange risk wiped all my gains, ate into my cost, and I just stopped that line of business. So those are the things. But if the exchange is high, I know that okay, it is 1,000. I evaluate the business, it's still worth going in. I do my markup. Even if my operating cycle for that business is 3 months, within 3 months, I'm still out. The currency is stable, my profit is intact. I can go again, employ people. All the people that I hired for that job, for that business, I had to fire them. So those are the implications of those things. And those are ordinary people too that got fired. They will not feel the impact. They will not think that they are the one feeling the impact. If for example that currency had been stable, they'll say it's not ordinary Nigeria, but they're ordinary Nigerians too.
Now let's talk about the ordinary before you move forward. Let's talk about those ordinary Nigerians, right? And I definitely see the importance of having a single exchange rate instead of having multiple exchange rate. I understand the importance. I understand that. Here's my thing now. Because of the way he did it, again, implementation, because of the way he did it, it has also knocked out a lot of small businesses out of business. I don't know that you agree with that, but that is a fact. How
do you think we have done the exchange rate unification?
For starters,
without uniting it. Because you are saying because it's a binary thing. Okay. It's that you unite it or you don't unite it.
I hear you on that. I'm saying,
how could you have united it without uniting it?
How could you have united it without united it? Without uniting it. All right, hear me out. Now make I answer the question. For starters, before doing that, before taking on that big hard decision, what did he do in place? What things did he do in place before to do that? Things like setting up, or not setting up per se, but investing in manufacturing. Like Ms. BC mentioned that, there are a lot of manufacturing plants now being set up in what's it called? In Nasarawa, I think. She said 2 states in the north. Not setting them up, but investing. You understand the term I'm using here. Investing. For instance, Dangote needed, he used subsidy. Government gave him a lot of subsidies to build his refinery. Stuff like that. That's how you invest in manufacturing businesses. That's how you do it. Invest in these things so that, and Dangote is doing a good job with that because now we get at least some foreign exchange coming in from Dangote's refinery alone. But imagine if there were 2-3 more type of manufacturers that are exporting at the scale or close to the scale that Dangote is doing it, right? So that's where my implementation comes into play there.
Okay, let me respond to that.
Okay.
You see, that's why I'm happy that your platform is being very educative. I've been listening. So this is our opportunity to educate. Do you know that there are structures for that kind of investment and Nigerians are not taking advantage of it?
Tell us about it.
I was in the financial sector.
Okay.
Even before Tinubu, there's a law that mandates the banks to set aside a percentage of their profit earned for small and medium equity investments. Now, these banks have been setting this fund aside. If you go and fact check me on this, and people are not taking it. Before Sanusi, when I was in the system, these funds were so much that it was just floating. So the bank were investing those equity funds in their own subsidiaries. Because some of these banks have asset management companies, they have other subsidiary real estate companies and insurance companies. So they were investing these funds in their own subsidiary. The Nigeria Army Housing Scheme got an investment from SME funding from what used to be Oceanic Bank and now current Eco Bank, building houses for military, for soldiers in those days. Those funds are still available, but Nigerians, because they hate the country so bad, they cannot see opportunities. They are not taking it. The funds are there. The Bank of Industry have been giving money to people. Even before Tinubu, I know a rice plant in Kwara State that got funds from Bank of... A lot of banks, a lot of rice mills and other, they got funds from Bank of Industry. One of my former staff, employee, when I was in the system, left the job, started manufacturing ginger drinks and other stuff. He got money from Bank of Industry, got money from Central Bank. So those are the things people will not see. They are there in the system. They are there in the system for them to take. Now, the lithiums and all those things are opening up. They cannot invest at that level, but you can do support. Just like people provide oil service companies, they provide service to oil companies. There are also services that can be provided for solid mineral manufacturers or miners. You can do logistics. You can provide some components for their equipment. You can, but people are not thinking in that line. They don't just want to hear. And to me, you are just doing yourself. People are making money. People are building houses in Lagos. I visited Abeokuta in April. The place is transformed. People are building houses there. Where are those money coming from? Those monies are not necessarily coming from outside. I went there to look at my land. Somebody almost had already built on my land. The place that was bush before in the GRA, the place has been so developed. I had to get my friends say, look, come and start working on this thing for me. Lagos Abeokuta from Kobape, from Shagamu interchange to Abeokuta, that used to be road, and you only have churches and bush there. Now you have factories all over there. Houses are coming up. Who are those building those houses? Where is the money coming from? Ordinary people are building them. So we need to open our eyes. There are some opportunities in the East now. I'm just talking to my friends. Why are these people not seeing it? But these are intelligent people. They are capable of seeing opportunities in other places. But I don't blame them, because most of the time, when you're in a place, you don't see the opportunity. But when you go out, you see the opportunity.
You see the opportunities.
It's foreigner that comes into your place that see the opportunity.
Absolutely.
Like Lagos has been there until my southeastern brothers go there. They say, see opportunity, they are taking it.
Absolutely. My brother
Omo
Kefe.
They don't take the opportunity for their place.
Absolutely. My brother Omo Kefe. I'm going to indulge you on the opportunities because I want to hear what you think those are, because I also think there are a lot of opportunities in the Southeast, but make I hear what those opportunities are, and we'll go use that one round up because we have already done over 16 minutes here. So if you want to give us some of those opportunities you see in the Southeast where people know they see, so that we'll use that and move forward.
They are not for free.
Consultation fee. All right. If you want to learn, I wanted to give you people free game. My brother is hoarding information. Reach out to my brother Omo Kefe in his DM, and he will give you his price for the consultation, and you go and make some money in the Southeast. Anyway, my brother Omo Kefe, I definitely agree with you. I like how you push back on me saying, the government could have invested in, manufacturing. I like how you pushed back on that one and saying those funds are there. The banks are mandated to set aside a percentage of their profits, and they also and because of the lack of people taking advantage of those funds, they have to go back and reinvest those money when they're supposed to give to people for not for free per se, but as a loan or whatever, or maybe low interest rate or whatever, right? Nobody's coming to take it. They're not just going to let it sit there, right? They take it and, they reinvest it into their subsidiaries. I like how you push back on that one. Thank you so much. These are the type of conversations we have here on the Bia Paulo show. Even though some people on the comment, they don't allow me to talk. They don't allow my guests talk. If that is what it is. We try to have conversations. It's what it is. But I thank you, my brother Omo Kefe. Thank you so much. We move forward.
Thank you, Kachi. Yeah,
all right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. We don't come to the end though. We got about 15 more minutes now to wrap up for today. You see, these are the conversations we have here, right? It's not banter. Even though my show is the Bia Paulo show. Shout out to the Bia Paulo show, man. Shout out to the Bia Paulo show. It's very educative still, and the name is there so that it's welcome for everybody's welcome here, right? Everybody they go Bia Paulo, rich, poor, middle class, everybody they go Bia Paulo, go drink. So this is the place. Come here, have conversations. If you want to learn, sit back in the chat and just listen in and learn one or two things. You see as I want bring out some information from Omo Kefe, Mr. Omo Kefe. Agree. But on a very good day, go still agree, share that information. But there's a lot of opportunities, absolutely. Absolutely. The East get land. Not a lot of land, but at least we get land where they grow palm trees. You can go into agriculture, not just palm or palm oil. You can plant tomato. You can rear chicken. You can rear livestock of different types. Manufacturing, there's potential for manufacturing. Aba is already a hub for manufacturing. You already have a small scale manufacturing thing where you get your shop, you produce leather products and garments and all that good stuff. You can take advantage of all of that. You know what I'm saying? But hey, man, it's what it is. This is the Bia Paulo show. We have good conversations over here and keep it going. All right, my brother Kulata on YouTube. Shout out to you, Kulata. Thank you for the $5. You say extreme poverty is defined based on $3 a day. That is really not bad in terms of what you can live off in Nigeria, especially in PPP terms for context. $3 a day. I don't know. $3 right now is what? Maybe 4,500 or less, around there. Yeah, I hear you, but extreme is kind of, I don't know. I don't know if $3 is the extreme poverty is what it means to be in extreme poverty. I don't know. It seems like it's decent. However, you get people who no fear afford that $3. I believe those are the ones that we're talking about, not the $3. But thank you for sharing that, my brother. Anyway, let's go to temp. Maybe we'll go use temp and the show for today, depending on how the conversation goes. Let's see. All right, temp. You're muted. If you want to welcome to the Bia Paulo show. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, welcome to the Bia Paulo show. What are your thoughts on the topic? Why do you support Tinubu? Right.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
We can hear you, but if there's a lag, we won't be able to have the conversation if there's a lag. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
All right. What are your thoughts then? Why do you support Tinubu?
Actually, I am not supporting Tinubu.
Okay, I apologize, but we're only talking to Tinubu supporters today. But thank you for joining. Okay. I appreciate you.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. This is a good time to follow me, by the way. If you haven't followed me yet, there's a follow button up here somewhere. Just click that follow button and join the Bia Paulo community. Make we put that like that. Join the Bia Paulo community, right? And these are the kind of conversations we have over here at the Bia Paulo. Anyway, let's get the next guest up here. I see Omokefe requesting again. Maybe he wants to I don't know. Let's see if Smog comes up first, and then we'll bring Omokefe back up. I don't know, all these people here, something could all just spin. Taking up the limited time we get. This guy is taking it all, man. Make we bring Omokefe up in the meantime. Oh, shoot. Everything is spinning now. I don't know. Omokefe, are you there? Can you hear me? All right, I think Omokefe dropped probably. Maybe he requested by mistake. All right, I go disconnect this person. Yeah, there we go. I can disconnect you. All right. We have Respect. Respect, I hope your network is good now. All right. When I count on a bad network. It sounds like my brother, say your Heineken. That Heineken. I don't know. Let me see if I have a Heineken here. I don't get Heineken. I don't have a Heineken here, man. But I owe you that Heineken. Don't worry about it. Anyway, respect. Your stuff is still turning around. And he's David. You've had some network issues, so I'm not going to attempt. But if we're going to use one person to end the show, if that person wants to request. But in the meantime, make I just read some chats here and we go from there. All right, let's see what we and who we have here. Let's see who we have here. All right, make we read some chats from Facebook. We've read a lot from TikTok. Make we read some chat from Facebook. And shout out to my boy Kulata on YouTube. Thank you so much. All right, let's go. Usman says Miss BC is right about the lithium company in Nasarawa. The name is Avatar in Nasarawa LGA. Okay, thank you for sharing that. I appreciate it. All right. Let's see. The most and listen, right? Hey, when I go say IPOB people, when I go say I don't marginalize una. I'm not marginalizing you people. Una they stress me. That is the problem. Shout out to my IPOB people, man. Una they stress me. I prefer this kind of conversation than IPOB conversation. Those people, they know they like to use logic. They think, they could just put logic somewhere. Just they talk, and it stresses me out. That's why I've kind of left. I don't leave on a conversation for a minute. I love you guys, but I love my Tinubu people more. I love you guys, but I love my Tinubu people more because it's more objective. Tinubu conversation, Tinubu supporters conversations are more objective, and obese supporters as well. I would say the political space is more objective than the IPOB space. IPOB space, objectivity, when I know they too like objectivity, and it stresses me out. It is brain racking, it busts my brain, But anyway, I'm gonna host a show for you guys because I know so I don't miss me. I don't miss Una too. Anyway, let's keep reading the chats from Facebook. All right, this is a very long one. Mr. Detunji on Facebook, unfortunately, this one too long. I don't go feel read. I'm sorry, my brother. No vex. All right, Mr. Detunji says, what type of road? All right, let's see. All right, I'll read this one. It's shorter. Mr. Adekunle Allen Daramola from Facebook. Thank you for being there. You say, the best thing that ever happened to Nigeria is the removal of subsidies. Many corrupt people that are benefiting from it are the ones protesting now, coupled with the fact that many people who don't know the implication of still paying subsidies. Subsidies are still being paid in Nigeria. So I don't know the point you're making. There's still subsidy in a lot of areas. The healthcare subsidy day, education subsidy day, electricity subsidy day. So, if you want to be specific, you can be specific in all the, in what you're saying, and we can go from there. But anyway, thank you for being here. David Olamigoke says Asiwaju is audacious. All right. And that's what I've been getting from most of the callers that have come on today. So yeah. All right, let's see. Let's see. All right, we're not gonna read any swear words here. We prefer objective arguments. Leave cause. Leave to the cause person. If you the cause, it just tells me that you don't have an argument to make, and just emotions you they use they run around, right? So I don't know what I don't know what to do with that, because me I know sabi cause. I cause like small children. Your mama, your papa, and I might sabi, So I know sabi cause. So I don't know. You're gonna win that one. You go win, but objectivity. Let's talk about it. All right, let's see. All right, I don't see any new chats here from Facebook. Let's go to our TikTok. All right. Oral One says, supporter of Tinubu and all other politicians. Okay, we're not going to read that one either. Ethan Lag says, I beg will make them know, say, now because of us, you did neglect. Give them chance next week. Shout out to my IPOB people, man. Yo, those people, they stress me. I don't lie to you, man. I hate it when you're trying to be objective. You come with objectivity. Person could just throw one. Me go say it doesn't matter. Literally, this is what these people say. It doesn't matter. Facts don't matter. It doesn't matter to them. I don't know, man. Those kind of things that stress me, my brother. I'm not gonna lie to you. But yes, I'll try for them next week. I'll see what I have for them, because I know there's a lot of developing stories in that, in that space. Nnamdi Kanu day for prison, they sack people. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable, man. It's ridiculous, man. But anyway, all right. Let's see. BC says palm oil farming, processing full ground for Southeast. Absolutely. I said it too. Palm oil, right? Palm oil did there, the land, they grow that thing well. At some point, now palm oil they feed Nigeria, and from Southeast that palm oil they come out from. So anyway, and there's manufacturing there too that can be scaled. The manufacturing there can be scaled. Anyway, all right, let's see. 1,000 of Chinese are flooding the country on daily basis. Okay, let's see. Rare earth industry in Niger and Nasarawa State. Miss Pipsy, thank you for reminding me about that. Yeah, absolutely. Niger and Nasarawa State. Thank you. All right. He is David CEO. I don't want to attempt bringing you again because I've tried twice, and what? Okay, I'm going to try for posterity's sake. I'm going to try one more time, and hopefully it works this time. All right, he's David CEO. Can you hear me? All right.
Yes, I can. Good evening.
All right. If you don't respond fast, that means there is a delay. Delay, they work well for the show. So
hello, good evening.
All right, good evening. Can you hear me?
Hello, good evening. Yes, I can.
All right. Let's hear it. Why do you support Tinubu?
Well, the most important reason for me is because of the education. Because previous administrations, yes, they said they care about education, but really the Tinubu administration has given a lot of people, which I know personally, opportunities to go to school through the NEL fund, most especially. And for the first time in 3 years, there is no ASU strike. like there's no ASU strike in any case threatening students from going to school. Like personally, I did a 4-year course, but I ended up doing 5 years, which was scary because I had to go home for like 8 months. And the 8 months in which I was in the house, although I used it productively for myself, but it ended up eating my, will I say, my stay in school and other stuff like that. So for that aspect, that is why I would say I really appreciate him. Although I don't know him personally, but I've seen a lot of guys who receive, like, their parents do not have enough money at the time to pay their fees, and Nail Fund came through for them. They also received upkeeps and a lot of things. So I'll really say that is one.
Okay.
2, the regulation of the electricity. Like the Nigerian electricity sector is really crazy, because I don't understand how Nigerians still look at people like Atiku Abubakar and still give him a shot. It's scary, because this is a man who, as vice president, he personally orchestrated the deregulation of the Nigerian electric power sector. And up till today, over $12 billion was set aside for that issue, and up till today, it's still a problem. But if we look at states like Abia and Delta, I think last month Delta commissioned their own personal mini grid or something like that. And it goes to say that the president himself deregulated the industry, saying that, you know what, states, handle your own issues. Enough is enough for you people looking up to the federal government for everything. And by doing that, if Nigerians really see the opportunity, they will hold their governors responsible for certain issues and not the president. Because growing up, we were always told that, oh, everything is the president's fault. Everything is the president's fault. And then when I start to like separate a lot of things, I look at it and it scares me. And I'm like, are you really serious? The president, all these problems, is only one man. It therefore means that there's nobody that can solve the problem. Now, let's look at, I'm from the South. I'm from Akwa Ibom, to be specific.
Okay.
Let's look
we
at
don't necessarily need that information, by the way.
Okay, I'm just
care where you're
laying it
from.
out there.
Okay.
Okay.
I know care where you're
that,
from, yeah. Okay.
Okay. I'm from the South. I can say that, right?
I'm not saying don't say it. I'm just saying you don't need to share your information, your personal information. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I understand. that. Now, if you look at the regional development commissions, like the NDDC, the Southeast Development Commission, the Southwest, and the rest of them that was created by President Tinubu, it's really crazy how the Southwest Development Commission has gone to the Nigerian Railway Corporation to get a license to rail the whole of the Southwest. And it's in barely 4 years of creating that single agency, or will I say government parastatal, for that region. And yet you start asking yourself, okay, what has the Niger Delta Commission done other than street lights and roads? And then you start to ask yourself questions. Is it really the president that is holding the growth of a particular people, or it's the people themselves? So, and secondly, and thirdly rather, a lot of people have mixed reactions when it comes to the FX. But I would say, it's always, you have two options when it comes to FX. It's either you float it or you peg it. And the Buhari administration was padding the Naira with $2 billion every month. $2 billion every single month.
I don't know if that's the actual number, but I don't know if that's the actual number.
And
I don't know if that's the actual number. Can you hear me?
It made sense to them.
Can you hear me?
At that point in time, but we did not capitalize on that cheap FX.
All right.
Rather, some group of people then took the money because they could buy for cheap at the black market.
Mr. David, can you hear me? All right. He's definitely making a lot of points, and I definitely agree with him on a lot of things that he has raised, on a lot of issues that he has raised. But unfortunately, I think his network has started acting.
$1 billion a month. You can check it out. $2 billion every month.
All right, I'm gonna mute you just for 1 second.
Yes, I can.
All right, I think your network.
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, if you can hear me, just pause on that one. And I definitely agree with you on a lot of things that you've said so far. The NEL fund, definitely I can't, push. I don't have a lot of pushbacks on the NEL fund because people have to go to school, and if you're giving them an alternative to take a loan and go to school, that's a good one. I can only sit back here and say I wish it was free. Make them just go to school for free. The federal government can do it, right? That's the only thing. But I can't sit here and say it's a bad idea. It's definitely a good idea, especially with the no strikes right now. Also a good idea, right? Also the deregulation of electricity in Nigeria. That one as well is a good one because now states like Abia State, where I'm from, they are taking advantage of it, and shout out to Alex Oti. He's definitely doing a lot of work in that regard, right? So it's definitely a good thing. But I would just try and be petty here and say, Tinubu promised that he will give us electricity too far, by in 4 years, and he has not done anything about it. Or the only thing we're doing that to deregulate the electricity. That doesn't solve our problem, or 100% or even 50%, right? So that one I can be petty and say that, right? That's just my pushback on that. And then you went further to say the president shouldn't have all, like it's unreal to say that the president has all the power to solve all the problems in the country. But someone like Tinubu was also an opposition at some point in his career, in his political career, right? And he was the one that was always shouting, and the tweet still exists. We are in the shout, say the issue of security falls on the desk of the president. So, why is it that now you want to now come and be showing us something different when you were shouting before that the issue of insecurity falls on the hands of the president, So those are just my pushbacks or my comments on everything you said. But Mr. David, if you want to unmute yourself and just give us your final thoughts so that we go use that one conclude for today. I've already passed my threshold of 2 hours, 30 minutes that I wanted to be here. But if you can hear me, and I know you have a delay, but if you can hear me, just use this time to round up so that we will move forward.
Yes, I can.
All right.
Okay. The issue of security, yes, it's the president's fault, and because he's the commander-in-chief. Okay, that one we can't take it away from him. He's the commander-in-chief. The issue of security is his problem, but I think he's working on it with the issue of state security, and I think the governors are lobbying their way out of this one. They are trying their best to lobby it out and make sure that the issue of security, most especially policing, does not fall on them, because they know that when it happens, little cases or will I say cases that are not insurgencies or insecurities like terrorism and all that, they will be held responsible. And I think until Nigerians wake up and understand that the governor of a state is like the president of that state, and he's the chief security officer of that state, everything that happens in that state is his responsibility, then I think until that happens, we are not, no matter what the federal government does. And before I go, I would really like to say one more thing. I'll be very happy if the president does one more thing, and that is scrap away this issue of allocation. I would really like, that would be a final nail in the coffin, because if they can do away with allocation, although federal power will reduce, but
allocation of what?
If they can do away with it, federal allocation, I think it would be a very big step, because now allocation of money, like month end, at the end of the month, FAC sends money to different states and different local governments. I think if allocation can stop.
How is it going to stop though?
Like,
I mean, it has to exist.
Manage what they have.
I see what you're saying.
Certain percentage to the federal government. I think it should be in the best interest of the state, because it's either you progress or you die.
I see what you're saying.
So you can't blame anybody for that.
I see what you're saying. But anyway, yeah, that's a good one, but we don't know if it's going to happen already. Tinubu, and shout out to him on this one. He's already doing a lot of reforms. No be every reform he go do, right? But that would definitely be a good one if it can happen in Nigeria. It's either you produce, if you don't produce something, then nothing come out for you, right? Well, again, thank you, Mr. His David, CEO. I appreciate you. And with that, we've come to the end of the show today. Because I don't run out of steam, and I appreciate everybody who joined today. I think it was a good show. We had a lot of guests, and again, shout out to my Tinubu supporters. You know, this is why I love you guys, right? Shout out to my Tinubu supporters. Now, why I love Unabi this, you know, we have conversations that are based on facts and objectivity. You know, and it's enjoyable rather than, you know, just sitting back and hearing my IPOB people saying things that would just be, you could just say, whoa, this person, yo, are you okay? You know, but hey, man, shout out to you guys. And we're going to host another show, if not tomorrow, sometime this week coming. And we'll see how it goes. Maybe now my IPOB people, I go host the show for this time. Let's talk, because I know that they don't miss me. Me, I don't miss them too. But it's what it is. But let's shout out some people here. Kulata, obviously, on YouTube. Thank you so much for being here again. I appreciate you. Shout out to you. Let's shout out some people who gifted me here on TikTok. Onye, thank you so much. Omo Alaketu, thank you so much. Onye, thank you still. Steve Dalmon, thank you. Cesar Pasioti Wane, thank you so much. Who else is here? Oe, Mr. Oe, and Astro Newton. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate all of you guys. And to the beautiful people waiting for chat, A-Town Live, my brother, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. And Miss BC, obviously, thank you for being here. Dede Chris, thank you for joining. He's Davis, CEO, thank you so much. Omo Kefe, thank you for joining as well. I forget the other people we joined we joined earlier. Let me see. Miss BC, Omo Kefe, Mr. DJ. Who else joined? Let me see. Yeah, and Dede Chris. Thank you guys so much. I think it was a good show today. But listen, man, until next time, my name is Kachi, and this is the Bia Paulo Show. Peace.